Dun, dun, dun,
Dun.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Team Adventurous. I'm sitting here eating some deep dish some personal sized deep dish pizzas because you know what?
Mini
Fuck
pizzas.
everyone who tells me how to live my life. This is Caitlin, my good friend, and Peace. my main piece, my side
concubine.
And this is the blind guy that we hang out with sometimes.
Jason here. How are you doing?
Oh my god. Okay.
I shit you not, everyone. I shit you not. Before we hit the go live button, we were talking about liking the smell of your own farts, but we're not going to give you any context. You just have to wonder exactly what we were talking about.
Yes.
Flatulence is always enjoyable.
I don't know why, but that sounds like it would be the voice for like some kind of robotic toy.
Hello, I'm your new friend. I love you. Play with me.
Why now am I suddenly slightly scared?
Tickle my tummy.
I will not.
My name is Mr. Giggles.
Oh no.
The less you play with him, the more insistent it is. At first, it's like,
play with me. I miss you. Play with me. I miss you. Play with me. I miss you.
Oh my god.
So finally, it gets to play with me or else.
Play with me, or I'll rip your insides out.
Okay, Chucky, goddamn, calm down, bro.
Oh man. I don't know if you're familiar with these, Mason, but we have this laundry detergent over here called Snuggle.
no.
Okay. And the commercial is on their logo, it's a teddy bear. And his big thing is, let's snuggle.
Oh.
And for the longest time, my little brother Steven, he was like, it would be really great if there was a horror movie. Sorry, that bear. He was like, can you just imagine him coming out of the closet in the laundry room and suddenly just being like, let's snuggle. And then you're never seen again.
Surprise! Let's snuggle. Be very careful what you say, or I'll smash your teeth in.
Once we're inside, I'm gonna hurt you real bad.
Once you're inside, I'm gonna hurt you real bad.
Oh my god.
What the fuck is wrong with us? What the fuck is wrong with the world?
Everything's right with us.
Yeah. Yeah. It's everyone else.
We are the beacon of silly bollocks in a world of misery and decay.
Yes.
Well, when you put it like that, I guess I'll just fucking yeet my balls back to my butthole and fucking full send it.
We're the creamy inside when you peel back the rotting corpse.
Ooh. What?
I don't know.
Oh,
Sometimes my mouth just runs away with itself.
It's like it would be cool if I formed the sounds you were making into these words and made everyone freak out with you.
You're pushing air from your lungs, but you have no control over what I do with it. I'm trying to ask for water because I'm dehydrated and dying. And it's like, we're the rotting corpse, creamy insides, yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine Mason's entire life. Like, Mason is a severe schizophrenic, and his entire life is just this fucking combat between this voice in his head that's controlling his actions. And so his entire life is just crying out for help. But the voice in his head is not pretending to be Mason.
I'm trying to desperately ask for help, and it's just like, omnivore, we're so far, and so are you. Inside, I'm like, help me.
Man, wouldn't it be crazy if someone actually had to live with that?
All right. That's way too unrealistic.
Anyways.
Well, this got started on a tangent itself.
Oh, but you were going to read Mason the descriptions.
So everyone, this is I love the thing you chose to title the stream, Caitlin. We'll watch that first.
Okay.
So oh man. On reaction live stream, what if Georgie were black? The description reads, Adventure Bob had always loved the establishment, with its giant guard towers disguised as lighthouses, even though there was no ocean. But he never asked why, because asking such questions, or any questions, was expressly prohibited. It was a place where he felt fuzzy, and he liked to feel fuzzy. For he was a lovable, modest mead drinker with pointy knees and fat leg wrists.
Leg wrists. Yeah.
In spite of these things, his friends saw him as a carefree, unashamed sort of person. Once he had even rescued a yummy old man from a burning building. This was the sort of man he was.
You see, this is how I know that this is not an approved text, because open fires are not permitted in the United People's Republic of Love and Freedom. They are dangerous and prohibited.
Listen, Mr. the MeYan, I think this is a parable. Let me finish the story.
For God's sake, Chad. Just carry on.
And then Bob walked to the window and reflected on his vague surroundings. The lighting in the background teased like the powerful scurrying of eagle.
What?
The lighting in the background teased like the powerful scurrying of eagle eggs.
Well, he said eagle excrement the first time.
He saw something in the distance, or rather someone. It was the figure of the MeYan.
What is this heresy? There are not supposed to be any writings of my description. I am thoroughly displeased.
Oh my god. The MeYan was a deranged sort with squat knees and sloppy features.
I beg your pardon? Chad, is this you
Listen, I had no idea what this was going to say. I swear I'm not behind this, and I swear we'll do everything in our power to track down the party responsible. I promise.
Continue.
Adventure Bob gulped. He was not prepared for the MeYan. As Adventure Bob stepped outside and the MeYan came closer, he could see the tense glint in his eye. The MeYan gazed with the affection of 827 rude aardvarks. This is the best Mad Lib ever.
Welcome to my head, everyone.
He said,
irate.
He said in a hushed tone, I was told. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I was told.
It's even said sorry in the voice. Brilliant. I love it when you can't get out of the voice. Your brain's like, I'm committed to this now.
Yep. It's like, I'm stuck in here. Ooh. Mm.
He said in a hushed tone, I was told, citizen, you have what I seek. And if you know what is good for you, you will give me what I desire. What is that? Adventurer Bob asked. I want the secret of Queen.
Of what? Queen?
Queen.
Adventurer Bob looked back, even more confident, and still fingering a long dildo.
I mean, I'm confused by this because I kind of love it. But I also hate this bastardization of the TalkTube universe. That there's one serious corner of the TalkTube universe. This one ominous bastion of darkness in the sea of silly bollocks. And you've turned the man into this. I want the secret of Quee.
That makes it so much better that you said it.
Caitlin, remind me, take down the timestamp. Take down the timestamp, 12:20. I'm clipping out Mason saying that, and it's a sound alert on the stream now.
Oh my God, yes, okay.
I was told, citizen, that you have what I seek.
Oh.
What is that?
Line.
I want the secret of Queen.
I was told, citizen, that you have what I seek.
What is that?
I want the secret of Queen. And if you do not provide it,
Oh, no.
the consequences will be extreme.
Adventurer Bob looked back, even more confident and still fingering a long dildo. Oh, but MeYan, the ability to quee was within you all along, he replied. I swear.
For God's sake, it's like the Wizard of Oz all over again.
Except one. Oh.
This makes me so happy.
But sir, you had the ability to quee all along. All you needed to do was clap your hands 3 times above your head, then behind your back, then jump, do a star jump, then do a press up and a backflip. That's all you needed to do. I swear.
Ooh.
Could it be that Adventurer Bob is not actually Adventurer Bob at all, and is in fact one of the other brothers? Tune in next week to find out in the exciting conclusion to From Behind the Garden Wall.
Just like From Behind the Garden Wall, just full on sitcom. I want
The secret of Queen.
Oh. Yeah.
So amongst reactions today, let's not forget that we will be partaking in the first ever inaugural adventurous pub quiz.
Yes.
Oh God, the sound effects for you saying that were unpleasant in my ear holes.
Adventurous pub quiz.
Oh, wow.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit!
What's the matter?
I'll tell you what's the matter. Got my dick caught in a blender.
No.
Excuse me? Yeah. A, what was the dick doing out? B, what was it doing in a blender? And C, why is it caught? It was too thick to be blended.
So, yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, you're just gonna have to figure out what happens next episode. Probably not gonna have anything to do with what happened to this episode.
Oh no, all the episodes should be unrelated, like 100% completely unrelated. No canon, no consistency.
Yep. Even though it is to be continued, like it's supposed to be
the end of every episode, it's like to be continued, like slamming into the screen. Then next week, it's just nothing to do with it.
Yep. I feel compelled to read the last ones to you as well, Mason, because they were funny.
Yes, they're a lot more creative than my fucking descriptions. Oh, I hate doing the descriptions on videos.
Yeah.
It makes me want to scoop up my own brains with a melon bowler.
Yep.
I'll
So.
melon your ball.
You what?
I said I'll melon your ball.
Ooh. What about balling melon?
Is that the unknown sequel to American Pie? Balling
sure.
the melon.
Balling the melon.
Okay, so the first one of these we did, Caitlin did the funny description. She said, "Gather round, boys and girls, as we unpack mystery behind the Great Muppet Race of 2019. Who really won that day? Was there illegal use of eagle powers involved? From where did they get their nutrients? Find the answers to all this and more as we unpack the things in store for us."
That's magical.
Thanks.
Illegal eagle powers.
Eagle powers.
And then the next one is, and I love this one too because this is actually literally true. The great Sun Tzu once said, "Stay strapped or get clapped," and that is almost a correct quote. I kid you not. Read The Art of War. In there. I've read it twice, front to back.
It's just a modern iteration.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like those Bibles that they printed that are like the Ghetto Bible, and it's all like in slang and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why we here at Team Adventurous believe it is important to show just how the liger is the most magical creature. because staying strapped or getting clapped has so much to do with ligers, of course.
Of course it does.
I mean, if you're going somewhere where there's going to be ligers, you need to be strapped.
Right.
That's facts. See?
To a tree, so that you can be a sacrifice.
Oh.
I sacrifice you to these ligers.
Oh,
it will
no.
keep our village safe.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh my.
Oh, my. Oh.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. Sorry. We're gonna. We are going to go to watch later.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that we pull our videos from.
Yes.
Unless you accidentally go onto the reaction material playlist.
Yes.
and then completely deny that that's what you're doing and act like it's Kate's fault that you can't find the video that you're looking for.
Listen, Nathan, how about you shut the fuck up, okay?
That was the best, man. And just you like, Kate, it's literally not here. I'm looking at the playlist right now. Okay, you're looking at the reaction material playlist. Just one of those examples of someone who's just staunch in their conviction of like, I am right, and then someone's like, actually this, and they just have no recourse after that. Oh, I fucked up, right? Am I going to acknowledge that and apologize? No.
Hey, no, I did. I did. I said, "Oh shit, you're right. My bad."
That doesn't sound like I'm sorry to me. If someone cheated on their spouse, if someone cheated on their spouse and they got caught and they were like, "Yeah, you're right, my bad," I don't think that would be an adequate apology. Yeah, you're right, my bad. I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably? What are you talking about?
My sister.
Oh my god, that makes it even funnier because your reaction was you were like, "Oh, you're right, my bad." You're like, folks, this isn't just a hair color.
What?
So, like, that was your reaction.
Yeah, you're right, my bad. I probably shouldn't have gone this dark with the spray tan. Yeah, you're right, my bad. I probably shouldn't have ate garlic before our first date. Just a clove of garlic, like an apple. I'm weird today. I don't know what's up with me. I'm not even stoned this time.
That's what's wrong. You're sober.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I can't wait. Oh, Mason, I wish you didn't have an unreasonable level of paranoia, because I would love to mail you some of the mead I'm brewing right now. And then I can mail some to Kate, and we could all crack it together on one of these things.
Oh yes, an unreasonable amount of paranoia. I don't want to be shipped things from somebody that I only know from the internet that could easily be a murderer for all I know. I don't even trust the friends that I have in real life, Zach.
That is an unreasonable level of paranoia, folks.
Well, I mean, I can assure you that he's not a murderer.
I mean, you would say that though, wouldn't you, if you were his accomplice? You're not going to be like, you know what, my bad, yeah, you're right, he is a murderer.
Oh my god.
I know you have a body in the basement, Zach. How are his knees, by the way? Have you fed them adequately?
Yes.
Well, actually, the thing is, he refused to feed his knees, and that's why it's a body and not a person.
Ah, okay. I just assumed that if you fed them post-mortem, it would bring them back to life.
Bodies are people too.
Yeah, that is exactly what I told the officer when they arrested me on necrophilia charges.
Yeah, take us down when we're like just watching a random video, YouTube. Necrophilia, yeah, we could stay up, yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah.
bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't make the rules. I just bend them.
I don't kill people. I just stab them. And then death comes for them.
Right. Yeah.
I don't kill people. I just offer them to the devil. Whether he chooses to take them or not is none of my concern.
Listen, I don't hurt people. The crowbar that I swing at people hurts people. I'm just as much of a victim as they are. That crowbar, he's evil.
Pick me up, Zach. You need to use me. That guy
owes you $10. And he's not going to pay you back, Zach. Let me fuck him up, Zach. Let me fuck him up.
Crowy the crowbar, calm down.
Crowy the crowbar.
God damn it, Mason.
Now I want a t-shirt with Crowy the crowbar on it. And it's just a crowbar with like eyes, legs, like just a personified crowbar with boxing gloves.
Yes.
Even though he doesn't need them because he is innately capable of fucking people up himself.
Right?
Yes, but
He's a Muay Thai fighter, and his favorite move is headbutt.
If I put the gloves on, I don't leave behind fingerprints.
Oh my god.
That's not how DNA works, Crowy.
Shut up.
Oh my god.
God.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can make that happen.
Oh my God.
Is there some sort of crowbar charity that we can put the proceeds towards? We'll be donating all of the proceeds to victims of crowbar crime.
Oh my god.
I thought you were gonna. Okay, I misunderstood that. The victims of crowbar crime.
Or we could be donating the
Have you or someone you know been brutally assaulted with a crowbar?
By a crowbar. There's an important distinction there.
Yes.
You're an author, Zach. You know language.
I do. I just love the implication there that the dude was actually able to sell it was the crowbar's fault to the and now the world has accepted that crowbars are sentient and have willpower of their own. So all the criminals just start exclusively using crowbars to commit crimes.
Oh dear, we have bullshit brains, but I don't mind. I like it. I'd rather that than be serious.
That would actually make a pretty good political satire novel.
Yeah, it would.
I might actually write that.
How do we write the things that we write, and we have the sense of humor that we have? Like, how did I write the first chapter of The Bleeding Ground? And I'm like, oh, crowbars are sentient and they're hurting people, not criminals. It genuinely baffles me.
Well, Mason, here's the thing, and I'm being 100% serious. You're a grown man whose inner child is still alive.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm a self-professed man-child. I've said that many, many times on my channel. In fact, I said that in my last video. I was like, maybe I'm just a miserable, cynical bastard that wears the facade of a cheerful man-child so effectively that I fool myself, but... So yeah, my inner child will never die.
I have him hooked to life support.
Right.
Okay. So as promised, like forever ago.
Yes.
Oh God. I am just going to start this video here.
Yeah.
Putting my screen up.
Mm-hmm.
There's a dog outside going insane.
And I'm just here pooping in the rain.
I mean, that's the best place to poop. Just washes it away. Don't even need to wipe. You just do downwards dog and it does it for you.
Oh.
Well, that went to a slightly gross place pretty quick. So now, we're just gonna queue up if Georgie was black.
Who's Georgie?
From Stephen King's It.
Yeah. You mean the glorified Doctor Who episode?
Yeah. So Joshua Marr is the channel, and we're gonna check this out.
Yeah.
My brain.
Okay, so Mason, for context, it's a black kid wearing the Georgie like yellow. He's wearing a yellow hoodie, and he dropped his basketball, and it's rolling through the gutter now.
Okay.
No, shit. I just got this ball, bro. Damn. Oh, shit.
Well, hey there, Georgie. How are you?
First of all, my name ain't no damn Georgie. And what are you doing in this dirty ass gutter?
Your name's whatever the fuck I say it is.
Hey, man, I just need my ball back before I have to come down there and it'd be a problem, big fella.
Do you mean this ball? Well, come down here. Take it.
Bruh, I done seen all your damn movies, bruh. And I see them ugly ass fingers you got right there, too. I'm not about to reach my hand down there so you can bite my damn arm off, bro. What you think this is, fool?
Do you want your ball or not?
First of all, I don't even mess with clowns like that in the first place.
That ass nigga I've ever dealt with.
But you a stranger. My mom said I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
You're Jet, and I'm Pennywise, the dancing clown. But I don't dance no more. I make money moves.
Oh my god.
Did you just quote Cardi B? Hey, man, look. You about to piss me off, bro. Just give me my ball so I can work on my handles and my hops, G.
We all have handles down here, gent. And we all float. We all float.
Hey, man, I'm out, G. You can have the ball, bro. I'm out, bro. Fuck, you got it.
Wait. I have 2K.
Well, in that case.
Both.
Okay, yeah, I could did it.
He should have just looked at the camera and shrugged. That's
Hey,
what I
pest
would
control expert JP.
Oh my god.
Should have just looked at the camera and shrugged. Yeah, I could have seen that as the punchline.
I watched it. I think it was earlier this year, but time is a construct and it makes little to no sense to me. Anyway, when I watched it, I was like, wait, I thought this was supposed to be terrifying. Like everyone just raves about how terrifying it is, and I legit burst out laughing in the fucking blood in the bathroom scene.
Why?
Because it's hilarious. Because it's like I said, it's a glorified Doctor Who episode. It's Doctor Who if they were allowed to swear and use blood. Like, I don't know. There's something about a superfluous amount of blood that just makes me laugh. It was the same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street when all the blood comes out of the bed and it's like towards the ceiling. It just made me laugh because it's like, okay, right, so this is ridiculous then.
Caitlin,
I think a little bit of blood is actually more terrifying than a lot of blood.
I'm beginning to see where Valdis came from inside his mind. They're all down in the plug hole and they're like, oh, and like being like all taunting and stuff, and then all the fucking blood's just like like a fucking like the water coming out of a fire hydrant or something, and it's just like, right, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I have a much darker sense of humor than you. I don't know why.
I don't think you have a darker sense of humor than me. I just think that particular one's weird. I'll laugh at dead baby jokes. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, made a necrophilia joke. What, 5-10 minutes ago? Now you're all like grossed out and weirded out by me being like, oh no, a lot of blood. It's so funny.
Well, no, it's not like grossed out. It's like
Yeah, it's not that I'm grossed out, Mason. It's just that you're misreading my grievance here. I'm not offended at the level of darkness of the humor. I don't understand what makes what is funny about different levels of blood. And in fact, as there's more blood, that means there's been a greater catastrophe. So you've got to explain why this is funny to me.
Okay, put it this way then. Imagine that you're watching that scene, but you have your eyes closed, and it's only your imagination that's providing the visual of the blood. Like, maybe if I'd actually been able to see it, it might have been a bit more gruesome, but like in my head, it's just like cartoony, I guess.
Yeah.
And I can't remember whether it had audio description. I think it did. And an audio description just makes things innately funny. Like with that slasher thing where it's like, the killer plunges the girl's head into the acidic toilet water. And I'm like, that audio description artist just had to say acidic toilet water. That AD artist turned up that day and they gave her the script and she was like, smashes her head into the sink. Oh, acidic toilet water.
Right.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is our differences in both perception and the consequent world we experience is what has caused this discrepancy. I'll allow it.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you allowed it, Judge Zach. I finally feel validated and I can carry on with my life. Now that my worldview has been affirmed.
What worldview? You're blind!
Oh my god.
You just walked right into it, Caitlin! You know, on account of the blindness!
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no.
I don't like how quiet Mason is right now. I feel like I'm gonna wake up dead tomorrow.
Fuck you. Oh no, I'm terribly offended by the blind jokes. They're just so well crafted and sharpened, and it's terrible. It cuts me to the core. It's not scraping the bottom of the barrel at all. You know when Zach makes blind jokes, it's like listening to a stand-up comedian who's been doing his job for like 60 years and he just can't be bothered anymore. Like, fuck it, just give me my paycheck. I'm gonna die soon anyway. Why should I bother being funny? You're gonna come and see the fucking show anyway.
Oh god. That's what I love about Mason, Caitlin. I dish him a lot of shit and he throws it right back.
You want to play catch with a ball of shit? Okay, let's do it. I'll catch it, roll it around in my hand, and throw it right back at you. Overhand like a cricket ball.
Oh my god.
I'll even hack a loogie on it so it gives it some extra slap when it hits you.
Oh no.
I want you to eat lightning and shit thunder. Or is it the other way around? I don't know. And halfway through saying that, my brain was like, I think that might be the other way around. Mason.
Like, wait, I got that backwards.
Come on, I got that mixed up.
No, Caitlin, do that voice again.
Wait, I got that backwards.
Wait, I think I might have got that backwards.
I think I may get it backwards. It's not a target state of mind.
Bro, Caitlin, when you said that ass, my mind just instantly flashed to like some fucking 80-year-old dude adjusting his spectacles. He's fucking shaking on his feet. His cane is holding on for dear life. And he's just like trying to read a sign, and someone's like, no, sir, it says this. And he's like, oh.
I think you get it backwards. No.
At some point, we really need to watch like the. I think I've got it on the reaction material playlist of the Frankie Boyle audience annihilation. I don't know how much you know about Frankie Boyle, but one of his bits is just fucking. He just roasts the audience for large parts of his set. And it's just it's brilliant because it's all ad-libbed. He just sees like a guy in the audience and he's like, well, you look like you woke up this morning and you got hit by a frying pan. I don't know. I can't do his sense of humor. But...
Oh.
All right, Mason.
Yes.
If I recall correctly, you love horses.
No, I hate horses because one of them almost murdered my mother.
Oh no!
I swear it was you who told me that if the horse died, you'd be pissed.
Oh yeah, well that was Red Dead. That's a different story. That was like, oh my god, if this horse gets killed. But in real life, I fucking hate horses.
Okay, but my horse, fucking Goliath.
Oh yeah, that's just because I like animal characters. Yeah, if you kill Goliath off, I'm gonna have a mini nuclear temper.
But you hate horses in real life.
I mean, not actually, no. But yeah, I fucking hate them, yeah. In 2009, my mum had been riding horses for a few years, and she was on one, and it bolted, and she came off, and her leg got trapped in the stirrup, and it just dragged her for a long while.
Oh.
So she I think she broke a tibia and a fibula, and she had like eggshell fractures all over her skull.
Oh.
And since then, she just hadn't had a sense of smell.
Oh, damn.
She had to have like one of them, like the cages, like around her leg. She had to have that for like probably like more than a year. Took her a long time to recover, but these days she's like a fucking fitness wizard.
Nice.
That's
okay, well, I was asking because one of the videos I have queued up here that I really want to check out because I love this channel is Are Horses OP from Tier Zoo. Have you ever heard of Tier Zoo?
Oh, pardon me. No, I haven't.
Okay. So I'll give you the premise and then we'll watch the video. So basically, Tier Zoo, think of like if TalkTube was its own channel. Okay? The entire channel was dedicated to the TalkTube universe. So Tier Zoo does the same concept, except his fictional universe is like a world in which planet Earth is a video game, and everyone watching his channel is this other species that doesn't live on Earth, and we're all talking about this video game.
Okay. Sounds good. I mean, my channel pretty much is dedicated to TalkTube these days. if I'd have created TalkTube before I found BookTube, it probably would have been TalkTube, but you know, I think I'm finding a healthy balance.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I can't wait
All
for you to see that sketch on my new video.
We'll go check it out at some point. All right. So, for context, he uses nature footage for a lot of his video, but
Makes sense.
the audio should make it so you don't need any help on what's going on. Damn.
Players have a wide selection of equipment to choose from when speccing their character. Teeth, claws, stingers, spikes, each weapon has distinct advantages and disadvantages in combat. Herbivore players tend to favor highly intimidating equipment like horns and antlers. In the African meta, things are taken to the extreme, with builds like the elephant, rhino, and cape buffalo rocking some of the most threatening tusks and horns in the entire game. So you might be surprised to learn that one of the most successful builds in the African savanna is the zebra, a build with no obvious weaponry to speak of. So what is it about the zebra build that has granted it such a dominant position in the savanna? We'll answer that question and many more in today's video, which was sponsored
What was that?
Fast legs, I assume.
by CuriosityStream.
It's camouflage.
To answer that question, let's zoom out a bit and discuss the incredible stats and abilities of the entire equine faction, including zebras, horses, and donkeys. Let's
Before
begin.
we go any further, though,
Right.
So speaking of camouflage, the fuck was evolution thinking with zebras? Like, fucking, I know, I'm going to put you in this place that's all like greens and yellows and browns, and I'm going to make you white and black. Evolution hates zebras.
Why are you pronouncing it zebras? It's zebra.
Not over here, it's not, mate. Because you guys decided, hey, we're going to pronounce it Z. I can't even do it. I'm going to pronounce it Z. Listen, guys, you didn't find zebras. Zebras were created and named before you found America. It's a zebra.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Mason. How would you say my name?
Zach. It's not Zach. Oh, I don't even know how to say it if it was a Z instead. Z-A-C-K. Zach.
So then it would be zebra.
No, it's zebra. You're not going to make me back down on this point, mate. There's no point even trying. You're going to give yourself brain damage banging your head against this brick wall. Just stop it. You don't have that many brain cells left, mate.
He's like, this is going to be an argument we will have until the day one of us dies.
I will die on this hill. I have no problem with it.
I have dug my grave in this place, and I will triumph or die here. Oh, fucking A. Okay, fine.
America's just like a teenager that moves away from home and has to do everything different from its parents, even if what they do is perfectly normal.
Oh yeah, it's perfectly normal to let some fucking rich aristocrat run your entire existence without you being able to do shit about it. Perfectly normal. Perfectly normal to let your parent just run your life for the rest of your life because you can't be bothered with the fucking right of having your own agency.
Yeah, because the glorified tourist trap that is the royal family totally runs the country.
Well, Mason, you said you were using the analogy of us splitting off from you, so obviously that would have been you inferring to the 1776 thing, bro.
Yeah, and that's perfectly normal and sane. But then you were like, hey, let's change Z to Z for no reason. We want to be different.
Well, a lot of changed pronunciation came from the fact that there was a lot of Native American integration, as well as Gullah and Cajun and other things. So,
Oh yeah, Gullah is an American. Isn't that an English dialect, Caitlin? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Gullah, it is a dialect that was developed from English, Hebrew. I can't believe it. I can't remember if it was some Asian language and then a couple of other things. And
it was this thing, then blah 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 blah, and
yeah, it was a whole bunch of different languages because penal colonies are for people who were not liked by the English or just thrown into debtor's prison or whatever, and then were brought over here for work camps before the Revolutionary War happened, and they all
jobs away.
Yeah, they all had to develop a language to be able to communicate with each other. So that's what that came out of.
Interesting. Again, I was saying this to Lee earlier. I hate phrases like interesting and sounds interesting because from my mouth just always sounds sarcastic, even if I'm being perfectly serious. And I'm like, you tell me a fact, and I'm like, oh, interesting. It sounds like I'm like, shut the fuck up, I don't care. Not really, right. I'm being genuine. Anyway, equines.
Yeah, horsey boys.
Horsey.
Right off the bat, it's plain to see that this is a highly mobility-centric build, with an above-average power stat to back it up. With slightly above-average intelligence and fairly poor defense, HP, and stealth stats, at first glance, you might think that these stats belong to a rush-down predator, something like a wolf or eagle. Something that can overwhelm its target with speed and power, and either finish the attack before the defender has a chance to counterattack, or weave in and out of the defender's effective range, chipping away at it or tiring it out. Clearly,
it's a Gen Z nature documentary. It's like, you won't understand actual nature documentaries, so we'll just change all the language and gear it towards you guys.
Are herbivores. So let's delve a little deeper into the abilities and strategies that horses and all their variants utilize to survive. Seeing as their highest stat is mobility, it's no surprise that an equine player's best defense against the predator player's attack is to run away. While not technically as fast as the max speed of a top-tier predator, horse builds are able to maintain high speeds for much longer, and because of this, builds like the big cat or bear have little chance of catching them without an extremely stealthy ambush. The horse's specialized hooves grant them a bonus to burst movement speed and allow them to ignore the movement penalties of rocky terrain. The likelihood of a successful ambush is driven even lower due to the horse's solid intelligence stat, which allows it to engage in herd behaviors such as individuals keeping watch to alert vulnerable teammates of approaching enemies. Taking shifts keeping watch is really important in a party of horse players, because horses need to spend massive amounts of time grazing. See, horses did not spec into the ruminant perk, which means they can't extract nearly as much energy from grass as builds like sheep and cows can. This was an intentional trade-off to keep the build much more lean and agile than ruminants, enabling them to dash quickly and jump great distances. But because the amount of time they need to spend feeding with their heads down is around double that of an equivalent-sized ruminant, there's no way they'd be able to avoid an ambush alone. If they do get attacked, the chase begins, and this is where one of the horse's other core abilities comes into play: sweating. Now, I do need to address an inaccuracy I made in a previous video, my most viewed video to date, Are Humans OP?, where I say the ability to sweat is uniquely human. This isn't entirely accurate. Horses also have the ability to sweat in order to dissipate heat. However, they're nowhere near as efficient at cooling down via sweating as humans are, for one main reason: body hair. Sweat doesn't evaporate off of a horse's body as easily as it does a human, because sweat gets trapped in the hair on a horse's body. As such, humans still absolutely crush horses in terms of thermoregulation during distance running. But sweating is still an extremely powerful ability that massively reduces a player's loss of stamina during a run, and thereby greatly increases the potential
it's
distance.
Also smelly.
Yes.
It's also smelly. Yeah. Yes, Mason, thank you. Yes, for sure it is. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, during a chase, the
pungent.
Yes.
player finds itself somehow unable to completely avoid an attack, That's when the other signature equine ability comes into play, their kick. Now, in relation to more typical combat moves, like biting, swiping, and stinging,
Duck was like, I want to die today.
rather
What was that, Caitlin?
I said that duck was like, I want to die today.
Right.
the attack style, most used as either a desperate combo breaker attempt or the best option available to builds which haven't spec'd their characters to allow for better combat moves. Generally speaking, kicks don't deal that much damage. They're fairly telegraphed and easy to dodge, and they can even throw the user off balance if they miss. However, if we
the whinnying and rearing up on their hind legs kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
see an entirely different picture. The horse's kick hits with a force of around 2,000 psi, putting it well above the power of a jaguar bite and just a bit below the power of a crocodile bite. Both of those builds are top tier specifically because of their incredible bite damage, so having a kick of roughly equivalent power is extremely useful. However, plenty of large builds have no issue dealing damage. Moose, elk, wildebeest, and other large ungulate builds can threaten insane damage if they connect with a charging slam. However, attacks like that are incredibly telegraphed, and most players have a decent amount of practice dodging them. In contrast, a horse's kick has incredible frame data, to the point where it's basically unreactable if you're within range, which I should add can be deceptively far. This makes approaching a defending equine player a lot more risky than most herbivore builds. However, the horse's kick has synergies that increase its utility far beyond what can be explained by its base damage and frame data. When it comes to defending themselves from attacking carnivore players, equine builds are at a huge advantage. Let me explain. So, most herbivore builds...
I gotta say how it's great how we're all enjoying this so much that no one even has anything to say.
No.
I just don't have anything funny to play off.
Well, fair enough.
He's doing all the humor for me.
No. Just
builds
like
have only two options when confronted with an adversary: fight or flight. Carnivore players know this, and tailor their strategies to take advantage of the defending player's limited options. When wolves
Long-range weapons.
yeah.
elk, their main advantage is to break the defending player's nerve and frighten it into fleeing. They will not commit to an attack if the defending player chooses to stand and fight. However, they will continue to pressure it with bluff charges and fake-outs, hoping to bait out a defensive attack. However, as mentioned before, these counterattacks are slow enough to be dodged on reaction, quickly lowering the elk's morale, especially as the rest of its herd likely gets
Press A
further and
and
further
move
away.
analog stick left.
Quick, put in the immortality cheat code. Down, right, bed, down, right, start, but start. It's easy.
Oh man.
It's only after a prey animal starts fleeing that these predators will actually try to deal damage by attacking the hindquarters to inflict heavy bleed buildup. In order to stop these attacks, most herbivores will once again stop and turn to face their attackers, which just resets the situation back to the first phase. Horses, zebras, and donkeys can completely thwart this plan of attack, as their kick grants them an extremely valuable option: the ability to counterattack while fleeing. Since they don't need to stop and face their attackers in order to deal damage, and because their kicks are harder to dodge than horn charges, zebras have one of the highest KD ratios against lions and hunting dogs in the game. While it might not be as impressive and showy as having huge horns or antlers, there's no denying that this strategy is extremely effective at warding off attacks and escaping
I'm
danger.
better now.
On top of all the other benefits, kicking also allows the equine player to keep its vitals well out of reach and isn't exposing itself to a critical hit counterattack like some horn users do when they attack. It does have its limitations though. Kicking backwards requires specific positioning, which, unless your character has 360-degree vision, will make your attacks less accurate. And on the odd chance that your opponent does get in front of you and land a grab before you're able to turn away, your options to fight back will be fairly limited, and nowhere near as powerful. Now, I do want to mention that unlike many ruminant herbivores, which only have lower teeth, equine players do possess a full set of upper and lower teeth that are able to deliver quite powerful bites, so they aren't completely helpless when facing an enemy head-on. But nonetheless, the unidirectional nature of their strongest attack option does mean that some counterplay
Bit by a horse.
Let's discuss the advantage
What was that, Caitlin?
I said, and it hurts.
Well, no shit.
You ever been bit by a horse?
of the different variants of the equine build. We'll start with the horse, the most well-known of the bunch. Horses undoubtedly have the best base stats of the group, with higher power and more HP being the most obvious things that scale with size. They've also got the fastest top speed. However, perhaps even more importantly, the horse's higher intelligence stat enables cross-species team strategies, which can lead to some incredibly broken combos. Zebras have a slightly lower base stat total, although this change isn't really enough to affect their playstyle. They're still perfectly capable of escaping attacks using their speed and endurance, and punishing overly aggressive enemies with a devastating kick. In addition to all this, though, the zebra's unique stripe pattern grants it a few extra bonus perks. Because this pattern helps break up their outline and obscure their position, especially when grouped up, attacks against zebras incur a slight accuracy penalty. Surprisingly, this debuff even applies to insects, resulting in zebras taking significantly less damage from parasites than other similarly sized builds. In exchange, though, the zebra's intelligence stat is a fair bit lower, to the point where...
Wait. I have to listen to all that again.
Yep. Yeah, he just explained why.
Endurance.
Yeah, and I'm just not sure I understand. Hang on.
And punishing overly aggressive enemies with a devastating kick. In addition to all this, though, the zebra's unique stripe pattern grants it a few extra bonus perks. Because this pattern helps break up their outline and obscure their position, especially when grouped up, attacks against zebras incur a slight accuracy penalty. Surprisingly, this debuff even applies to insects, resulting in zebras taking significantly less damage from parasites than other similarly sized builds. In exchange, though, the zebra's
Caitlin, zebras evolved aspect ratio camouflage.
Yes. Yeah.
That is fucking wild.
We're like, hey, we're gonna make ourselves somewhat blurry.
This game seems insanely detailed. Not sure I want to play it because it sounds like it'd have a really steep learning curve.
It's like, too bad you're already playing.
No, we're not. We're watching a video about it. They're a completely different, unrelated species.
Yeah, Caitlin, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't made an account for this yet. I was just wondering if you guys wanted to play.
Is it an MMORPG or something?
Yeah. It's an MMO, and then what you do is you like sign up. You can either join with friends and y'all can try to make something happen, or you just find like an existing player guild in the game. But yeah, the whole point is to like join friends or a guild and like build up family trees, and it's dope.
Yeah.
Sounds like it could take a really long time.
Well, yeah, it's definitely one of those things. It's not like you don't have to pay for a subscription, bro. No. Like you can just make a free account. But yeah, it's like something you do a little bit of every day.
How do they make the money?
How do they make the money? So it's crazy how they actually make the money. So all of their money comes from harnessing the energy of a nearby star. It's actually really fucking cool how they do it.
Technology these days.
I know. What are they going to think of next?
I mean, I can imagine playing as one of like the carnivore builds, like the what do they call them? The people, the humans.
The human faction. Yeah, that faction's OP as fuck, bro.
I can imagine playing one of them, but I can't really see the point of playing as one of these equine ones. It's like, what's the point? You just wander around eating grass, collecting XP.
Yeah, I mean, equine faction is one of the dullest factions in terms of the mammal, biome. And I've never really seen the appeal of playing as an equine player either. Right now, I'm actually playing as a wolf player. And it's pretty fucking sick because, like, your entire day consists of playing with your friends, sleeping, and hunting down players. Like, that's all I do, bro.
Oh, nice.
And fucking.
And, oh, yeah. Like, yeah, there's so much fucking.
Wait, they have fucking in the game?
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of fucking in the game.
That's not something that I've seen put in a game before.
Oh,
I mean,
it's good.
I mean, what are the controls like? What do you have to do? Like, you move the analog stick, the shoulder button.
Oh, see, that's the best. I forgot to tell you, bro. There's a neural interface. You just plug it straight into your skull, and it's like you are your character.
Oh, right, okay.
It's amazing.
Damn, technology moves so fast. I feel left behind.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
You know, I'm still looking after my Seracan farm.
at the minute. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah. Because you have to feed it.
Yeah, if you don't feed a Slovakian's knees like at least 3 times a day, they're either gonna die of malnutrition or they're gonna break out of their enclosure and eat you so they don't die of malnutrition.
Yes.
Yeah, no wonder people are trying to escape inside to play these games and stuff. I mean, it's just with the revolution going on and all that sort of stuff.
Everything is just so uncertain right now.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, Caitlin. Speaking of uncertain, what was that beverage you were telling us to try earlier?
With the uncertainty.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
I feel like I'm uncertain enough. I don't need like a tea that makes me uncertain as well. So you go play this. You go play this whole Earth game. You drink some uncertain tea, eat some shrocken. Dude, actually, have you tried the blue shrocken paste? They brought it out recently, and it's so tasty. It's like it just attacks my taste buds.
Literally?
Like, yeah, literally, or is that one of those alive foods that's been coming out lately?
Yeah, the live bio foods, yeah.
Oh, dude, I've been thinking about trying those. I heard they're really good for your gut.
Yeah, it is strange though. I mean, it contains, I think, like 3% nanobots.
Why do they put that?
Well, they just go around fixing random stuff in your body. I mean, I caught a bad case of like Bratham flu the other day.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
No, well, that's because it lasted like a couple of hours because I just had some blue flacum paste, and the nanobots just sorted it right out. It's crazy. Like I woke up in the morning feeling like shit by like 10 a.m. I think I felt better than ever. Really not sure what's funny about nanobots like curing me of Bratham flu.
God.
Don't know what those tiny little buggers do, but I love them.
Oh my God, Caitlin. Now the twist in the story is me and you are both stone cold sober, but he's had some uncertainty.
Well, I mean, yeah. Kate told me to try some this morning. She sent me some in the post. I'm not going to open it up and say no to a gift.
Right? Yeah.
Especially not in the middle of mega winter. Anything to warm me up, man. It's like minus 20 negron degrees out there, I think.
How are you liking the oversized feet? Do they work better than everyone else's snowshoes?
I found it a little bit weird to walk on at first, but usually I have really shit balance, and the surface area of the feet that you sent me, they're like really sturdy. And with the ice that's out there at the minute in the Fracken fields, it's really helpful to have something that stops me from slipping over.
Nice.
Because I do not have the money to pay one of those healer people.
No.
Well, you should have just, instead of those, you should have just gotten yourself some of those subdermal cleat implants like I got.
Yeah.
I remember telling me about that. How'd that work out for you?
Dude, it's great. I walk barefoot everywhere, and I've never had more traction.
Oh, nice.
Even when you walk up walls.
Even when I walk up walls. It's amazing. I didn't think I could get more traction on my vertical ascents, but let me tell you, these things, they have the grip of a. It's insane.
What about the cleaverons though? Because I've heard that they've been there's like, I mean, people are calling for a cull at the minute because I think they're like being counted as a pest. I think at the minute.
Well, yeah, but what about them? What are you asking me about in particular?
Well, just with you being barefoot, do you not get bitten a lot?
Oh no! You just watch where you're walking. It's
Yeah, that's a fair point. Cleaverons tend to be what, at least 3 feet. The baby ones. I swear to God, I have an uncle that swears blind. He will not back down on this. He says that he saw a cleaveron that was 30 foot long once.
Oh
I
my!
don't think that's possible.
Well, that's what I told him, but he swears blind.
Swears blind. Wait, your uncle's blind?
No, it's sorry, I picked it up from one of those old shows from the Milky Way. It's swear he's just adamant. Basically, he's adamant that he saw this 30-foot cleaveron. I was like, Uncle Bob, if you saw a 30-foot cleaveron, you'd be dead, mate.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers will pounce on you quicker than you can blink.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's try to get through this video.
Fair bit lower, to the point where zebras are unable to engage in the same team combos as horses. Donkeys are a bit of an outlier group, with the lowest power stat of the group. They have the highest intelligence stat, but tend to actually prefer solo play. They can be trained to become a useful party member, but they aren't naturally suited to this style of gameplay. And although they're quite capable of dishing out serious damage with their kicks, donkey mains also tend to favor the bite move in combat, a somewhat poorly optimized build in my opinion. It's no surprise that despite horses and zebras having quite solid matchups against both canid and felid opponents, donkeys end up experiencing a fair bit of difficulty, in part due to their smaller size, but also because maybe they just don't realize the potential power of a well-placed kick. Of the 3 main equine classes, it's a tough call which one I think is the most viable. I think they're definitely all at least high B tier. Personally, I do think horses take the top spot, and I'd even give them the rank of low A tier. See, despite being originally from the North American server, horses have successfully established invasive populations all across the overworld, including places in Africa that even zebras have difficulty surviving in. This is the premise for the incredible documentary Stallions of the Namib Desert, which chronicles the descendants of a small group of horses abandoned by World War I soldiers a century ago.
Wait. They have in-world documentaries.
Oh, yeah. The lore is insanely deep, bro. Insanely deep.
What's this World War thing he was mentioning?
Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Dude, how long do we have? Okay, so I'll give you the short version. So in the human faction, right, they form these incredibly complex social systems, right? And a lot of those social systems are centered around one well-known, powerful family, okay? So now, some of these social systems occasionally, and by occasionally I mean all the time, they habitate a block of land and draw artificial boundaries so that the other humans know that that piece of land is the other humans. So they do this, their social systems evolve, and now these families are at these tops of these social systems, and they form armies of humans. They don't even fucking use robots or anything. It's crazy. They literally form armies of their own people, right? So anyways, they form these armies of their own fucking civilians. It's crazy. And they fucking make insanely effective weapons at butchering other humans. It's crazy. And then they use these armies to defend their piece of land so other people can't come and fuck with that piece of land. It's somewhat logical. Okay, if you're gonna say okay, so I get that. I'm not sure it makes sense in the long run, but I understand the logic. They are humans. So anyways, so sometimes humans will go to another human's piece of dirt and do stupid things, or they'll each be on their own piece of dirt, but they'll be talking about each other, and they'll like send correspondence, and then people say things the other people don't like, and the end result is that they go to war. And World War One was this fucking war that broke out because 3 humans that were related through a very extended family tree all owned a different piece of dirt, and all of them decided at once that the other two's dirt, there's 3 of them, that the other two's dirt should belong to them.
Yeah.
And this is all just run by the players. There's no like writers or anything like that.
100%. All the in-world lore. That's the amazing thing about this game, bro. All of the in-game lore that's canon. The developers have canonized all the lore, so it's all official. Everything has been orchestrated by the player base. Because I mean, this game's like fuck, dude. It's like years old. It's like really fuck. It's been going for a minute, and fucking yeah, the players they just form these because you can go and play multiple characters too. So you can like go and play one faction, then do another playthrough of another faction, or you can just keep replaying in the same faction over and over again. But yeah. And they just build these super long fucking continuations of lore. It's wild, dude.
This game, man, sounds absolutely crazy. I just, like, sometimes someone tells me to get into, like, a TV show or something, which is another thing I've heard about this fucking game, by the way, is that there's, like, full-on, like, TV shows that get made.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the fucking player base makes TV shows inside the game.
And I'm just, sometimes people tell me to go watch TV shows, and I'm just like, but it's like 8 seasons long already, and you want me to get... And then something like this comes along, and it's just like, right, so where do I even start with this?
That's the beautiful thing. You don't, like, need to pick a place to start. You can literally just jump in.
Do you get to select like your time period and stuff?
That's like that is one shitty thing. So the game is free to play, but some features are paid features, and that is one of them.
Right. So if you don't pay, where does it drop you? Just like whatever is current pay. If you don't pay, it drops you in what's currently going on. There's this in-game thing called time, and that's how they measure the in-game progression of the world. It's an entirely other system of fictional physics that exists inside the game world. I could explain it to you, but it would take like at least 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I have time for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't want to do it either.
Now on Curiosity Stream, the sponsor of today's video. Curiosity Stream is an amazing subscription streaming service with thousands of high-quality documentaries.
That's the end of the video. He's just gonna do the ad for the people that paid him to make this video. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking. But yeah, that's Tearzu. That's the channel.
I live in awe of people that come up with games like that, because, like, you know, I just sit here and occasionally I'm like, I'll write down something funny, or I'll tell a funny story to a friend or something, and then people like that, they sit there and one day they just think, I'm going to create this game that's endless and has, like, you know, just all the shit that we've talked about, and it's just like, how do you even come up with all of this? It's far beyond a farm boy from Blonding. The Blonding Peninsula, to be accurate, for anyone who's listening on another planet.
Yeah.
Because we are live in interspace right now.
Yes.
Which is something that I often forget.
Well, I mean, we're actually not even in interspace, bro. Remember, I shifted the show to Tetraspace.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, hey, it's no worries. I told you like fucking 15 Zand ago. Like, it's perfectly understandable that you spaced it.
Because that is a very long, long time.
Oh yeah, well, the mega winter's been going on what? 10 Zand?
Mega winter.
Oh, I think one of the suns is setting at the minute. Oh, that's nice.
Finally.
Yeah, the blue one. Yeah, it's the blue one.
Oh god, maybe it'll finally cool down to below fucking 1800 Zindun.
Yeah, I always forget that that you guys aren't in Mega Winter yet.
No.
I get so used to talking to you guys that I think that you live in the same place as me, and then I forget that you live like 6,000 gongs away. Dude, I read on the news the other day. Is it true that there was that mountain round by you guys that started moving around? Or is that fake news?
No, it's real.
Oh, was that real? I wasn't able to catch the report on that, Caitlin. What do you mean? Like, tell me.
The mountain that we have that started moving around.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it turns out all you have to do is tell them what to do, and they will do it.
That's fucking amazing.
How long has that thing been a thing?
So that's been a thing for thousands of years, apparently.
When did they make that adjustment to the planet?
Oh, that's always been the thing. It's just apparently you have to learn their language and speak to them very authoritatively.
Oh yeah, because from what I understand, if you like passively talk to a mountain, they just don't listen to you.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And I mean, there's all this coddling that you have to do, where you're just like,
"Come on,
I believe in you. You can do it." You have to catch them on the right day.
That's one small step for man and that's one giant step for a man and one tiny step for a mountain.
Exactly. You're like, just pick yourself up, dude.
Oh,
throw yourself to that ocean over there. You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, I can't find any shade today. The blue sun is just beating down on me. Hey, mountain, move to the left.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mason.
Yes.
Do you want to hear the most sophisticated Yo Mama joke you've ever heard?
Yeah, Yo Mama. Yeah, that's one of them. It's like some of that humor from that game, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You have to remember, I'm behind on these Earth meme things.
Oh yeah, dude. There's so much. I'm sorry. Like, I spend so much time playing that game that honestly, like, half of my cognitive awareness right now is dedicated to like checking out the in-game lore and everything.
No, I don't blame you. You know what it's like. Simple farm life. I just get left behind by all that sort of stuff. But yeah. Tell me.
All right.
Cool. Assuming you are healthy, your heart, when working normally, acts sort of like a pump, or rather, two pumps. You see, your right heart expands to draw deoxygenated blood in from the body and contracts to pump it out to the lungs to become oxygenated. And at the same time, your left heart draws in oxygenated blood from the lungs and then pumps it out to the rest of your stupid misshapen body. Now, sometimes irregularities can occur that prevent your heart from pumping properly. Congestive heart failure is an interesting one. Say your heart loses some of its contractile force due to high blood pressure, for example. This will result in the pooling of blood in your left heart or left ventricle chamber, and in response to this, the cells in your left ventricle will enlarge to push against the higher circulatory resistance caused by the increase in blood pressure, which is a great solution, but only in the short term, much like your parents' decision to try to save their marriage by having, well, you. But because of these enlarged chamber then becomes much smaller, resulting in less blood being able to fill into it. And because that the blood coming into the left ventricle has nowhere to go, it begins to back up into the lungs, and from there, because it's all a cycle, it'll back up into the right heart, and then you've got congestive heart failure on your hands. Not unlike how the incessant heated disagreements between your time-worn mother and father is also on your hands. The name congestive heart failure, though, is apt because fluid then leaks into your alveolar air spaces, making it difficult to breathe. And with all this, blood pressure increases yet again. And the original hypertrophy of muscle cells in your left ventricle is no longer a help. And since the contractile force of your heart has decreased, it certainly can't pump against the new, much higher resistance. And because of that, your body, in response to the heart not pumping sufficient blood, thinks, well, gee golly, I mustn't have enough fluid. So it tells your kidneys then to return any liquid you take in, meaning you'll retain a lot more water, which has to go somewhere. So it leaks into your legs, abdomen, and all over the body, and can result in the gaining of 2 to 3 pounds per day, which, as you can imagine, will cause rapid accumulation of total body weight. And after just 1 month, someone afflicted by this disease could amass up to 100 extra pounds. There is effectively no way that a human being could gain weight at this rate by any other mechanism, and that is why it seems as though it is the only rational explanation as to what must be happening to your mom.
Brilliant. I wish a teacher would say that in school. Imagine if that was just a teacher and that was just a lesson and that was how he made it stick in all the kids' heads.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that would be absolutely fucking brilliant.
The earth science sounds so strange though. Like all that stuff that he was explaining then, like it sort of made sense to me, but I'm just like, why don't they just photosynthesize though?
Oh, see, because they're not green like you, though.
Right. Okay. It's hard for me to wrap my head around people not being able to photosynthesize because it's just what we do.
Yep.
All right, I want to play another one from this guy for you.
What?
I want to play some more by this guy. We're gonna go look at a few, if that's okay with everyone else.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this one is the video title is "The First Guy to Drink Coffee."
Hey, try this new drink I made.
Okay, sure. What is it?
It's coffee.
Oh, cool. What's in it?
Oh, it's the leftover water from boiling those awful beans nobody eats.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
What's so special about it?
Well, it gives you some energy.
Oh, cool. What else?
It tastes great after a month.
Okay, that's good news. Anything else?
Yeah, and it's a great way to start your day.
All right, I'm in. Well, it's good.
Good. Yeah, good. There is just one small thing though.
What?
It can sometimes do you feel a little weird?
No, I feel fine.
Sometimes it can you tell me after I've had it.
Like for me, I feel like the biggest.
Oh, I just shit my pants. I've already done it 3 times. Isn't it great?
I saw this actually. I think there was someone off in the Necron Peninsula that actually created this thing. But they were so obsessed with the in-game drink that they brought it into real life.
Oh.
You're kidding me.
No, I think they used one of those 4D printer things, and they actually sort of brought it into real life.
Yeah.
And now they're selling it over in the Necron Peninsula, and apparently it's fucking huge. Like the popularity has just exploded, and now everyone's having it all the time.
Yeah. But doesn't it tan your insides?
Doesn't it what? Sorry?
Tan your insides?
Well, I don't know. I'm not familiar with looking on my insides. Is that something you guys can do over there?
I thought everybody could do that.
Huh?
You're telling me you can't? You're telling me? I thought I knew you, man.
The stuff you Yupons can do absolutely amazes me. Wait, am I allowed to call you Yupons? That's not derogatory, right?
No, everyone says that around here.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's when you start calling them no poos is when they get really upset.
Yeah. Don't come over here and say that.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't even say that here. I think I saw a Yupon that was on holiday a few weeks ago, and someone called him a no-poo, and oh my god,
Oh no!
like you could hear the disagreement from like 10 clicks away, and we all went and had a look, and it was just like limbs flying everywhere, and it was I think it might have been the first fight that I've seen in real life.
Yeah.
Oh wow, limbs flying everywhere. So
Yeah, he pulled off, I think, the J6 arm, I think.
oh,
Did he pull off the J4 first?
I got there pretty late on, not long before it got broken up, so I'm not entirely sure because there was a lot of blood.
Was there a hilarious amount of blood?
Blood could never be hilarious. What are you talking about, freak? Seriously, it's not the sort of thing they find funny in Euponia, because if blood is what they find funny in Euponia, then I think I might need to cancel that holiday.
Oh my god. Okay.
Can't fucking fly out until Mega Winter's done with either.
Mm.
The next video is called "Are You Looking at My Box?"
No, I'm putting my penis in it.
What's up with the orange suit, man?
Aren't you gonna ask me about my box?
I'm just knocking one thing out at a time.
Oh, okay. Well, this isn't a suit; it's my skin.
No, it's not. You're wrong. Okay?
No, it is my
I don't
skin,
want
I
to engage
swear.
in this with you. If you're going to be like this, I can't. Come on.
Okay, no, it's not. It's not my skin, but it would be funny if it was, though, right?
You know, it really wouldn't be, man. Okay, because that would be a medical emergency. I would have to call an ambulance. Okay, and then there's nothing funny about calling ambulances or medical emergencies. Both of my neighbors died from a medical emergency last week. Is that funny to you?
No, there's nothing funny about that. No,
You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you mean.
Use your head, man. So what is with the box?
Oh, it's not a box. It's my thing. It's like my junk, you know.
So you got a box for a knob?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
You got a box?
a knob box. I guess.
Kind of. What do you mean? Like, do you have like a shaft?
A what?
A penis shaft. Do you have a shaft?
A shaft? I'm not sure. I understand.
Do you have like a bit of regular person penis and then like a box on the end, or a box all the way through from base to
It's
tip?
pretty much just a box from base to tip.
Pretty much. It's not a lot of wiggle room here. You know, is it a box penis hybrid or not? It's one or the other.
Yes, yeah, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Oh
It's that wasn't one of the options for an answer. Just listen to what I have to say, okay? And the process what I've just said. Take your time if you have to.
I don't need to
Then
take my
go
time.
ahead. Shut up. Okay, shut
Wait,
up.
what was the question again?
Is your penis a box?
Yes,
from
it is.
I'm
Sorry.
not
Oh, you're
finished
sorry.
speaking.
I forgot. Sorry.
Is your penis a box from base to tip, or is there a bit of real actual penis there and then just a box on the
I
end?
would say it is a box just from base to tip, the whole way through.
Okay, so you have no human penis, just a box.
You are correct. Yes. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, why is it so cubic?
Cute? What?
There's not a lot of depth to it, you know. It's not what I imagine a box version of a penis would
What do you
even be
mean?
like. I
Like-
kind of like what I picture like a rectangular prism, but yours is just kind of like it's a cube.
Yeah, I guess, you know.
Got that, you know, that all sides equal dick.
Is that surprising to you?
Oh no, God, no, the penis box itself is definitely far more
Equilateral
surprising.
dicks are tight.
It's
What was that, Mason?
Equilateral dicks are tight.
Not as tight as equilateral boxes, though.
Mm.
What's an ambulance?
cubic. That's not a big deal. Just forget it.
Do you want to see it?
Yes, if I want to see your box knob.
My box knob. Yeah.
Kind of concerning that you're asking. Like we just kind of met. You do
It's
this
not
often?
illegal. That's why I asked you if you wanted to see it. You know.
It's not technically illegal, I guess, but it's not something an upstanding citizen would would make a habit of. I just, I don't want to see it. Thank you. No,
Come on, man. It's unique. It's like 1 in a
You
million.
really overestimate. 1 in a million would imply there's like 7,000 people worldwide with a box for a penis.
7,000 is not a lot of people.
Actually, a significant amount of people. You could fill like a mid-sized arena with that. I think you're underestimating how abnormal this is.
Abnormal?
You could fill like a mid-sized arena with that.
Oh my god.
You could fill a mid-sized arena with your mama.
With my mouth?
Your mama.
Mama.
Oh, okay. Damn!
In a good way. I guess not in a bad way either. Just in a way, it kind of is.
What are you trying to say, man?
I think I've expressed pretty clearly that I think that you're the only person in the world that has a penis that is a cardboard box.
Oh.
You dating with anyone like romantically?
No.
It's probably because your dick's a box.
Probably because of the box, yeah.
I heard over in Tech Rock they all have cubic penises.
No way.
That's what I heard.
No, you're fucking with me. There's no way you heard that. There's no way it's true.
I have no idea. You'd have to look it up. I don't have other than when you guys send me over this hyperlink, I don't actually have access to the thing. The thing that has all the information on it.
Oh yeah. The interdimensional info space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, other than when you guys send me this hyperlink so we can do this, I don't actually have access to it. So, for all I know, Tacrosians have cubic dicks. But that might also be offensive. So if there's any Tacrosians listening, I'm sorry.
I don't think the Tacrosians would be listening. They're not very good with technology.
No. And they wouldn't be able to hear you anyway because they're blind.
Wait, so they have cubic penises and they're blind? This planet is amazing.
That's why they can't hear you.
Well, yeah, because without eyes, they can't convert the sound waves to sound.
Exactly. And did you also hear? They're ambidextrous. So they can live on water and
Listen, I don't care about their sexual preferences. Ambidextrous.
Yeah, they can live on water and land.
No way. Well, how do you photosynthesize underwater?
No, she said on water.
Oh, on water. Oh, right, cool. Oh, cool.
Yeah. They have this film on their body that's like super hydrophobic. They float 100% of the time. They can't actually be submerged.
Yeah, I heard in that game that there was like some of the human faction that follows some guy called Jesus, and they thought it was amazing that he could walk on water, and I was like, pfft, everyone does that here. I literally have to walk on water as soon as I leave my front door.
But it's frozen because of the
No, it's not. Oh, right, yeah, in Mega Winter it is, yeah.
So is that
There's
really...
not a liquid in existence that doesn't freeze in Mega Winter. If I had blood, I'd be dead. Speaking of which, I don't know how that Euponian was even here if he has blood. Wait, do Euponians have blood?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Or do you have blood?
I mean, kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
this
in a jar on my desk.
gooey. Oh, stop playing with him, Caitlin. No, it's this gooey black substance. It's not blood per se, but it does circulate through our body, kind of doing the same job as blood.
Kind of like my sap.
Yeah, kind of like
okay.
that.
Yeah, the humans, they have some, but it's blue and then it turns red when it hits the air.
That's a weird graphical choice to make.
Yes.
So that's what they meant when they said blue-blooded. Right.
Uh-huh.
Caitlin,
Huh?
that's not true.
Wait, it's not?
It sounds true.
Fucking with you. Their blood is always red.
No.
Look, locations don't get that sarcasm thing.
If you look at it through like the things on their meat suit, like the screen stuff that they have to wear, and it's blue. And then when you split it open, it turns red.
The difference is in the light physics caused by the light having to go through the flesh of their meat suit. It's a bug in the light physics of the game. It's not because the blood actually changes color. It's totally separate parts of the game interface.
You guys confuse me sometimes. I feel like Euponia and Lacacia have very different cultures.
Oh, absolutely.
It took me a long time to get used to that sarcasm thing that you told me about.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's over here, nobody really does that.
I don't understand how.
Like, if I go out in public in Lacacia, nobody would ever fuck with you because it's like seen as really rude. And it took me a while to get used to it, where I was like, the first few times that you did it to me, I'd like got a bit mad and I was like sitting here like fuming. But then I realized that, oh no, she's just doing it like good naturedly. And after that, I found it really funny, but it's bad because now occasionally I do it to people around here and it doesn't go down well.
Well, yeah, it's because my grandfather was from the planet Facetious, so sarcasm was his first language.
Ah, yeah, I've heard of Facetious.
Yeah, I want to go there someday, but there's a high tax.
Do you really want to go there?
I do. I think it'd be a learning experience.
Apparently, all the Facetians had all their serious bones removed.
Mm-hmm.
When was that?
I don't know. What you have to remember is I get a lot of my information about the universe from Uncle Bob.
I
don't know why I listened to that guy, because I know for a fact he didn't see a 30-foot cleaver on.
Well, yeah, I mean, and he doesn't feed his knees either, so...
He doesn't have a niece.
It's like, didn't you know you have a sister?
What?
So Mason, I just gotta clue you into this part of this video here. The guy, after the conversation's done, the guy looks at him, and they're sharing an awkward look, and then the dude in the orange suit, in the orange skin suit with the dick for a box, he starts turning around, and there's 2 cardboard boxes over his ass cheeks.
So, between doing reactions, are you ready for the Team Adventurous pub quiz?
Oh, yeah, we could do that.
There's only 4 questions.
Okay.
Because I could only be bothered to come up with 4.
Okay.
Welcome to the Team Adventurous pub quiz. Contestant number 1, who are you and where are you from?
My name is Zachary Alexander, and I'm from inside of your mom.
Okay, that's not a place that I've heard of before. Zachary, I heard that you got a funny story about an air hostess.
What?
I heard you have a funny story about an air hostess.
Are you saying air hostess?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Look, we've got a show to do here. Just get on with the funny story.
Yeah. So this one time I was in a plane, where you typically find air hostesses.
Uh-huh.
And this hostess walks up to me, and she's like, "Would you like some peanuts?" And I says, "Would you like some of my nuts?" And then I got tackled and kicked off the plane.
That's absolutely brilliant. And contestant number 2, who are you and where are you from?
My name is Kate, and I am also from inside your mom.
Lots of people from inside your mum here. Kate, I heard you once had a bike ride with a president.
If there are no pictures, it didn't happen.
Okay, let's get on with the show. Question number 1. According to the Guinness World Book of Records, in 1913, a scorching 56.6 degrees Celsius was recorded as the hottest temperature on Earth. Where was it recorded? Was it A, Dalal, Ethiopia, B, the Sahara Desert, C, Death Valley, or D, Hell's Kitchen?
Ethiopia.
What day? What was the date again?
1913.
It was Hell's Kitchen.
I'm afraid you're both wrong. It was Furnace Creek in Death Valley, Nevada.
Wait, so it wasn't even on the fucking A through D options, you fucking piece of shit!
Yes, it was. I said A, Dalal, Ethiopia, B, the Sahara Desert, C, Death Valley, or D, Hell's Kitchen.
Death Valley is in California!
I thought it was Nevada, whatever. Fuck off.
He's like, yeah, geography.
Oh, America, I don't really care.
Relative.
So no points there. Question number 2.
Okay.
On the 6th of May, 2004, a whopping 52.5 million people tuned into the season finale of a long-running television show. It was the most viewed episode of television of the 2000s decade and the 4th highest viewed series finale of all time. What was the show?
You said 2004?
Can you read it again?
On the 6th of May, 2004, a whopping 52.5 million people tuned in to the season finale of a long-running TV show. It was the highest viewed episode of television in the 2000s decade and the 4th highest viewed TV series finale of all time. What was the show? You do get 3 clues.
Okay, give me the clues.
You have to have them one at the time. This is a game show. And clue number 1. It started in 1994.
It's Friends.
Okay.
It is Friends. Kate got there first, so she gets the point.
I thought it was Seinfeld.
Yeah, I would have thought that too, but it was wrong. It's not.
Process of elimination.
Question number 3. A well-known shoe brand once ran an advertisement campaign called The World of Feet, which featured feet going about everyday life, including in the cinema, the airport, and somewhere else that I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was the hospital. Was it A, Nike, B, Louis Vuitton, C, Dr. Martens, or B, Adidas? I should have said D instead of B. I am the worst game show host ever.
I'm going to go Adidas.
And Kate, have you got... Going to take a wild guess?
Doc Martens.
Oh, she takes another point. It was
No
indeed
fucking
Dr.
way.
Martens.
No fucking way. Man, fuck this game. This shit's rigged.
It's yeah, totally. Now, you will remember that I sent you 4 pictures.
Yeah.
Could you pull them up on screen kindly?
Okay.
You should have told her she'd need them before we started the fucking game.
All right. Okay.
We'll go to a quick commercial break.
Okay. While I sort my life.
Introducing the new Xphone Smart Droid Model 5. It's exactly the same as the Xphone Smart Droid Model 4.
except it's milk bottle white and twice the price. So you know it's good, and you want it.
Oh my god.
Wow, this didn't go as smoothly as I expected it to.
No. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
I'm Michael Pickle Seller, and I would like to talk to you about my company, a sandwich with a pretty big pickle in its sandwich shop. Listen, I make sandwiches, and they've got a pretty big pickle in them. So, if you're hungry and you're walking through downtown and you see my store, you should come in. If you think that a sandwich with a pretty big pickle in it is the answer to your hunger craving, I make them, and I will sell them to you for just a little bit of your money.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
Next time you want to go on holiday, fly with LIE Airlines. For just $20,000, we'll let you fly the plane.
Okay. All right.
So, I had the AI filter on TikTok come up with 4 images. You get a point if you can name any of the 4 things that it drew for me.
Okay, Caitlin.
2 of them.
I got a what?
You got to show me the other 2.
Okay.
I will say that 2 of them are extremely popular films. One of them is an extremely popular work of art, and the other one is just something I found funny.
Oh my god. This is like the most abstract art.
So it's funny.
Caitlin, go to the first image.
Go to the first 2?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to guess that image 2 is something. No, it's Harry Potter related.
Oh, no, I thought you were going to get it for a second there. It is not Harry Potter.
Is it Matrix?
It's Matrix. It is indeed the Matrix.
That was my first guess, but I changed it because it looked like one of the fucking characters had glasses on.
First mind, Zach.
First mind. God damn it.
It was your first guess. We believe you.
The first image, I'm getting like, I don't know why my instincts are saying Lord of the Rings vibes.
Yes,
See,
it is indeed.
I thought maybe it might be Lord of the Rings, but I wasn't sure. Okay, go to
3-1.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Is number 3 the Chronicles of Narnia?
No, that you've done the popular films. One of those images is prompted by an extremely popular work of art.
And I'm guessing image 3 is the one that's inspired by the art.
Indeed.
And 4 is just the thing that you found funny.
Yeah.
Because it looks like a whole bunch of biceps and things.
I'm not actually going to give you a point, but I really feel like you should get a point for that just because the prompt for it was 2 muscly men high five.
Well, it's it turned out a little more adventurous than that.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, that is very abstract art.
oh boy. But it's the best ever because it's like, okay, is that a nipple that I'm looking at right now?
Well, I can't stop staring at the deformed, misshapen quads of the dude who's in the background and his legs going down to the left. Like, that has to be a leg, but my God, it is misshapen.
Oh my God. I almost want to take these and have canvas prints made of them. The muscly one.
I call this one 2 muscly men high five.
Yes. Modern
You want me to just
art.
tell you the one
finest.
remaining? Either of you going to take a wild guess, or should I just tell you the remaining one?
I don't know it.
It is. It's prompted by the Mona Lisa.
How?
What?
I don't know. It's just what the AI filter on TikTok thought.
Oh my god.
I wanted to throw the Mona Lisa out there as just a harebrained guess, but I was like, no. It's like this is like some abstract science fiction painting. Like what?
Oh
my god.
That's implying that I know paintings other than the Mona Lisa.
Oh my god.
That was all worth it just for that part, to be honest.
Amazing.
And Kate wins 3-1.
Oh.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Oh, I'm so glad we did that. That was amazing. I can't believe you actually got Lord of the Rings and the Matrix.
Man. I just went with my first
All right.
one.
What I learned from that is that I'm not cut out to be a game show host.
Oh, but you could though.
Yeah, I feel like I would have been a lot better at it if I'd have been stoned. Somehow my brain actually, it's like when I'm sober, my brain has a lot of different tracks, but but when I'm stoned, it's just one track.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. So.
Okay. I want one more video from this guy because I really think he's hilarious.
And they called it puppy love.
Oh my god, fuck you.
I think
my
I
God,
think it would be fun. I think it would be fun if we did like Trivial Pursuit and Pop Quiz every once in a while.
I wish we could find a way to play Cards Against Humanity together.
Yes.
God, that's the most enthusiastic I've ever heard, Kate. In all the time we've been doing this, that was the most enthusiastic I've ever heard. Yes!
What? This makes me happy. I love that game.
The image of you at Christmas and like the family members like, let's play Trivial Pursuit, and you're just like, yes, backflips, cartwheels, somersaults.
Well, see, that's the funny thing. Most of the time when people are like, oh, play Trivial Pursuit, everybody's like, who wants you on my team?
Well, yeah, because you're the archive.
And then they're all like,
Literally.
we have to take a vote. You got her last time. It's my turn.
Is the dude from the Matrix in the second film? Is he No, it's the architect. That's a shame. I was hoping it'd be that he was the archive because I just want like a little quote of like him being like, I am the archive, and Kate being like, no, I'm the archive.
Okay.
One
more.
One more.
This video is titled, The Video Ends When I Use a Word with an E in it.
Okay. Starting now. Not including what I wound up calling it, but it is not wrong. This particular production will not contain...
Oh no, cease has an E.
Any words that contain that symbol that I cannot say. Now, choosing words without said symbol in a grammatical fashion is proving difficult. But I did want to find out if it was at all within my ability to do a similar thing as to what a guy who, this is a fun fact, just as World War II was starting, a guy would put into writing full book, calling it Gadsby, which has 60,000 words and avoids using said symbol at all. Not a solitary word in Gadsby has that symbol.
I did not know that. That is wild. I did not know that.
Catch this guy writing a 60,000 word work of fiction without it. In fact, you won't catch this guy doing anything of this sort again. This is truly a provoking pursuit, and I am having, frankly, no fun doing this. But what I do from this is this. In pushing forward our own story, it is usually a good thing to act ambitiously and to not fall victim to limits that us as individuals lay down. It is of paramount import that any and all of us not stick to said limitations.
It sounds like Google Translate right now.
Chris, can this wait? I'm doing this thing.
No, it's your dad. He's been abducted. What? The people said they just need you to tell him that you love him, and then they'll let him go. That's it. Matt, I can't. What? I can't do that right now. They're going to kill your father if you don't. They just. You literally just have to say, "I love you, Dad."
I can't do that right now, Chris. I'm doing this thing.
I'm not sure you're grasping the gravity of this situation.
I am grasping said situation's gravity. I just cannot.
Why are you talking like that?
Why is it that I am talking in what way of which you
Are
asked?
you having a stroke? Matt, what is going on?
A particular symbol at this instant.
I don't know what you're doing, but I promise you it's stupid, and if you don't stop it, you're going to lose your
Chris,
father.
if you could ask, can that group of abductors wait for just a bit?
They're not my friends. They called me and asked me to get you on the phone to tell your father that you love him, or they're going to shoot him in the arm. What are you doing?
Arm? That's not going to kill him.
Are you kidding me right now?
Who actually said his arm? Can you confirm that?
It's a gun, and they're going to shoot him. Anything can happen.
It's a gun, not a tank. My hand.
It's a gun, not a tank.
Can't do anything about
You
it.
can't. Oh my God! They just shot him. They just shot him. What? You're an idiot. What letter can't you say?
I can't use any words with the letter that comes before F.
That sentence had like 5 E's in it.
God damn it.
You know what's funny about that video? Except everything. That's actually a drinking game that me and Lee play with each other where...
Oh, no way.
Yeah, where we're just like, all right, okay, now you have to talk without using this letter or that letter or this word.
Nice.
It gets hard.
Yes, I can imagine.
That sounds like fun.
Uh-huh.
See, now next time you get drunk, you'll be doing that.
I love how we have, as monkeys, we have this entire fucking culture of drinking, and one of the favorite things we do when we drink is, hey, let's see how many of our faculties we can retain while we poison ourselves into blind fear.
And to punish you, if you fail in using these faculties, you have to drink more of the poison.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, it's bloody brilliant.
Bloody brilliant.
Amazing.
It's always really funny when I hear you saying bloody. It doesn't sound as natural coming out of an American mouth.
No.
It's like if I said, oh, I don't know, what's like a prototypical American thing to say. Like, yeah, I'm actually asking. That's not rhetorical.
Oh, is that a rhetorical question?
You gotta dodge.
Yeah.
You gotta dodge.
Oh, gotta get out of Dodge. Oh, I'm in trouble. I've got to get out of Dodge.
I mean, yeah, sure, okay, but you're forcing it so much right now.
He knocked on the door and then he got the hell out of Dodge.
Or, well, you see what had happened was.
He gave
Hey,
him
what had happened was.
See what had happened was. Or, what you not gonna do with it.
Okay. How about 10 major flaws of Game of Thrones from Sergeant Ducky?
Ooh.
Sure. Number 1, it exists. Number 2.
First off, I love Game of Thrones. I've got Thrones merch. I've been to Belfast to visit Castle Ward, used for Winterfell and other filming locations. I've met the dire wolves, and I even petted them before I headed south. Did you hear that, Jon Snow? But now Game of Thrones is over and everybody is angry. Why? Many reasons. Do I agree with them? Yeah. Am I going to talk about those reasons in this video? Of course. Do I ask myself too many questions? Perhaps. But today's video is about Game of Thrones, or more specifically, the flaws of Game of Thrones, now that they finally put it out of its misery. It's okay. They can't hurt you anymore. They're off to ruin what's left of Star Wars now. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the most glaring flaws of Game of Thrones over the entire series. Okay, not all of it. The first 4 seasons were flawless. We can all agree on that. Shut up. So we're going to talk about the later seasons, and it's easy to forget that there were some stupid things in Game of Thrones long before season 8 burst into the room, hit you in the face with a pie and pantsed you in front of your date. Now, for the small percentage of need to be spoon-fed the obvious, to you I say this: stop sniffing your sister's knickers and listen up. This video obviously contains spoilers for Game of Thrones. If you don't want to be spoiled, then, you know, go away. And don't forget to hit that.
Well, that would require me to actually care about the show, so go ahead.
What was that?
I said caring about spoilers would require me to care about the show, so go ahead.
You don't care about Game of Thrones, like at all?
No, not really. I don't know why. It's never appealed to me. I haven't watched it, and I just don't think that I will.
Why though?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's just because I don't like J.R.R. Martin that much. Well, I don't care about Aragorn's tax policy.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I mean, A, I'm not that much of a fantasy fan with a few exceptions, and B, I'm really not a fantasy fan when it comes to like politics. Oh, this person's trying to take over the throne. Good. Okay. But are they trying to throw a ring into a mountain? Because if not, I don't care.
Right. Are they trying to throw a ring into a mountain? Because walking.
It's just one of those things where I didn't get into it, and then season 8 happened, and everyone was like, "Ah!" And I was just like, okay, cool. Well, now I'll just never watch it then, because if there's a shit ending, then I don't. I'm not going to get into a show just to watch a shit ending.
Yeah,
I hear that.
And I think part of it as well is that it's like, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, but this is a TV show based on a series of books that isn't even finished yet.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just like, yeah, but then you've just got to make up some ending that doesn't actually exist.
Right.
And I don't know why that just like makes my brain blue screen.
Yeah. Plus, he only just recently announced that he's finally going to finish it.
Yeah. The announcement was, I'm finally going to start finishing it.
Yeah.
Dude, we've been, like, people who are into it, like, dude, we've been waiting for what, 10 years?
Yeah.
We thought you were going to die and Brandon Sanderson was going to have to finish it.
Right.
Wait, did he actually give Brando Sando permission to finish it?
No, that was just a joke about Wheel of Time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Martin, I think, has legit said, like, if he died before it was finished, then he wouldn't want anyone to finish it off. Which I kind of understand. Like, I'm like, yeah, I can see why he'd be like, yeah, this is my baby. I don't want anyone else touching it. But on the other hand, it's like, fuck you, fans.
Right.
Yeah. I wish, looking back, I wish Tolkien had said, if anyone fucking fucks with my work, they can go fucking burn in hell. I think it would have been better for the fandom.
Well, yeah, because then Peter Jackson wouldn't have been able to make The Hobbit.
Oh, yeah, but then we also wouldn't have had to tolerate with Wings of Power.
Excited for that show. I don't care. You won't kill my excitement.
The giant tampon commercial.
All right, Mason. I hope it doesn't disappoint you the way it's already disappointed me.
Because it has black people.
No, because it's a giant tampon commercial.
Oh my god, did you really just do that, Mason? How about you go fuck yourself, okay?
Oh, my feelings. For the rest of you not currently dribbling on your lap, let's talk about the dumbest things in Game of Thrones.
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist.
A lot of things I didn't like.
Wow, that was that loud in my headphones.
Downhill. Bar this one. This one was bad from the words sand snakes. I'm talking about Dorne. I've watched Game of Thrones through at least 3 times now, and I can't tell you a single thing I liked about Dorne, other than Oberyn, but I class him as being from Dorne, not really part of the Dorne story. I'd struggle to even tell you any of the characters' names. I know there's that Stargate-looking guy, there's Egyptian Professor X, sexy Kevin McAllister, and Oscar the Grouch. Look, it's not my fault. It's just everything about Dorne was just so boring. Uninteresting, unlikable characters that had no real connection to the story as a whole, outside a couple of 10-second scenes hidden inside way too much screen time. The only scenes I did like was the scene with Lady Olenna, the queen of throwing shade, as we all know, talked to them, and when Cersei got revenge on Oscar the Grouch. But beyond that, it's best just to treat Dorne like you would if you drunkenly took home a whale. Just get it over and done with as quick as possible, and hope to God nobody brings it up again.
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist.
As the show went on, it became more about spectacle and fan service than it did about storytelling. It went from the show that flew in the face of fantasy tropes to the show that started living by them. For instance, am I the only person who doesn't give a shit about Jon Snow riding a dragon? Seriously, when he got on Rhaegal, I didn't care. Might as well have mounted the Night King for all I cared. I'm here.
I just have to admit that I just have to describe this for
Rhaegal,
you.
I didn't care.
So, a fucking photoshopped image of Jon Snow behind his head is behind the Night King's shoulder, and
He has dildo baggins in his hands.
I'd probably watch the show if that actually happened.
As well have mounted the Night King for all I cared. I'm here for the brutally realistic dark storytelling. I'm not here for scenes that wouldn't look out of place in a Disney movie. But fans were losing their minds leading up to it.
Oh my god, you think Jon Snow is gonna ride a dragon?
And I don't know why. We have ice zombies, zombie polar bears, red weddings, resurrections, giants, faceless men, and fucking shadow fanny monsters. Why does Jon Snow riding a dragon wet anybody's chair? But in typical late season fashion, the showrunners gave the fans exactly what they wanted, despite how little it adds to the story.
They want Jon Snow to ride a dragon.
What, like an actual dragon or Daenerys?
They didn't say.
Well, what am I supposed to do then?
Fuck her, do both, I don't care.
But hey, thank God for that. Battle of Winterfell would have been lost. If Jon Snow wasn't there to ride that dragon in the mist for those 10 minutes before he fell off and eventually became trapped by a dragon behind the only lump of vibranium rock in Westeros, then I don't know what would have happened. Because as we all know, in Game of Thrones, dragons can't fly or breathe fire without somebody on their back. If they could, that would really negate the point of having Jon Snow on one then, wouldn't it?
And go like this.
I lost a bit of respect for Jon Snow in Season 8 when he didn't pet Ghost before saying goodbye. Why not pet him? He's been your companion since Season 1. He helped you fight countless times, and he's guarded your body when you died. So clearly, he's a good boy. Yeah, he finally pets him in the end, but he thought he was saying goodbye there and then. So why not pet him? But then I looked into it and lo and behold, there was another case of it was too hard to CG. A show that has dragons, armies of undead, zombie polar bears, and has previously shown dire wolves and dire wolves being petted, found it too hard to CGI a dire wolf being petted. Yeah, that's got more holes in it than a junkie's arm. I feel like the show just became a bit too obsessed with dragons and just stopped giving a shit about the dire wolves, and then just used the whole excuse of
even though dire wolves are way fucking cooler than dragons.
Nope. Too hard to CG when fans, rightly so, got annoyed by that. Seems to me like they didn't really care.
Wolves can only run, and dragons can fly and also shoot fire. So I disagree with you on that one.
Well, it's okay. You can be wrong.
Fobbed fans off with short excuses when they were
Same
all
as you with Rings of Power.
Maybe I'm alone in this, but I just...
What was that?
I said same with you in Rings of Power. We can agree to disagree. I'm fine with you being wrong. That's cool.
You don't even know if I'm wrong yet.
Well, you don't know if you're right yet.
Yes, I do.
So I can't know if you're wrong, but you can know for 100% you're right.
Oh, yes, I can.
I hate you so much.
Caitlin, I shit you not. If Mason comes to me in a few weeks and he's like, you You were right about the wings of power. I'm going to jizz in my pants.
But I won't. I mean, for a start, you haven't actually told me, other than Black Elves, you haven't actually told me what you think is going to be bad about it.
I think the entire thing is going... Oh, God damn it. I think the entire thing is going to be a butchery of the spirit of what the story is supposed to be. I think that at every turn they are going to insert modern politics and sensibilities at every possible opportunity, and that there will be no semblance of the storytelling symbolism and the classic philosophies that made the original story the masterpiece that it was. That's what I think is going to happen.
Says the guy that hasn't read the books.
Well,
I'm just fucking with you. I saw that face that you just pulled at me.
Good. I hope you see my foot when it's heading for your ass.
The thing is with that, though, is that we're going to have a difference of opinion on that anyway, just because of the different way we view shows. We know for a fact already that we have different opinions on shows anyway, because we take different things from them. And I think that, I mean, stuff that bothers you just won't bother me, I'm pretty sure. Because I probably won't even notice it. I'll just be like, oh, cool, swords.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Really wanted a scene when Danny was boasting about having 3 dragons and John just said, "Fuck yo dragons, bitch, I got me a fucking direwolf."
I hate this song.
What?
I said, okay, I hate this song.
In Game of Thrones, the thrill of each episode, the tension of knowing your favorite character is not safe and could be killed at any moment for any reason. It was brutally realistic, and I loved that. It put on screen the way life often really works. The clever bad guys often win because they're clever and willing to do anything to survive and thrive, and the good guys often lost because being honourable, loyal, and just often makes you cross paths with clever bad people willing to kill you. Each episode had you sat on the edge of your seat, but I found that tension started to fade right around the time Gendry ran 100 miles to the wall to send a raven to Dragonstone to Daenerys, and then Daenerys flew her dragon north, saved all the good guys, bar Jon, who fell into a frozen lake, but later somehow managed to pull himself out of the frozen lake, then got rescued by his uncle, who he hadn't seen since the first season, who put him on a horse that they both could have fit on. The horse managed to get him back to the wall, and despite seeing him being overrun by whites and falling into a fucking frozen lake surrounded by zombies, Daenerys and the gang were still waiting for him to return. The later seasons are full of plot armor just like this. Just take the episode The Long Night. How many characters were about to die and were saved the last second by somebody? I counted at least 5. And that's generous. It was supposed to be the most epic battle of the series, and we lost like 2 B-class characters and a couple of C-class. Nobody we give a shit about, really. And Season 7 and Season 8 are full of moments like that. Jaime being saved from Dragonfire by Bronn pushing him into a lake, and then they both swam to the other side in full suits of armor. Daenerys easily taking out 200 scorpions without getting hit once, despite a dragon being riddled by 10 scorpions in the previous episode. Arya making it through...
What I don't get about Game of Thrones fans, they're like, why didn't you kill the people I like? Where I'm sitting here like, oh, thank God that person didn't die. Like, if a TV show kills people that I like, I get sad. Okay.
Yeah.
I never heard of a Game of Thrones fan wanting their favorite person to die.
Dude is literally complaining about plot armor, though.
Well, yeah, he's complaining about plot armor, but you can complain about plot armor and still not want to see your people die. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same thing when it's like, only B-class characters died. That implies to me he wanted A-class characters to die or whatever.
Well, no, in that criticism, what he's saying is, I'm mad that this battle was supposed to be the epic climax, and it was severely undercut in importance by the fact that we didn't really have any consequences come out of it.
Yeah.
Lots of super convenient shortcuts and laziness.
Yeah, it's fine. Just trample all over my hilarious joke.
Near misses. I used to get upset when good characters died in Game of Thrones, but in the later seasons, I spent more time upset because they didn't die. And
oh, God damn it, Ducky!
Thank you so much, Ducky.
Oh my
That was
god.
legit the best thing ever.
It's like you found the one fan. The one fan.
I
Don't
can't fucking believe that just happened.
watch this video. Oh my god.
Fuck you, Ducky.
You're gonna have to tell him. You'll be like, sir, you betrayed me.
A lot of them scenes, they really should have. Oh, the Night King and the White Walkers. If you told me a few years ago that the Night King turns out to be another two-dimensional villain with the motives of a Saturday morning cartoon bad guy, I would have shit out a kidney and used it to
But he's
beat you
called
to
the
death.
Night King.
In the same year.
What?
Oh, I said, but he's called the Night King. That's generic as fuck. That's like, he's the bad man.
Right.
Yeah.
Bad evil guy.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm just over here with my antagonist called the Dark One.
Didn't even think of that. Yeah, but it works with yours because you're not like, I don't know, you're not sitting there like, this makes him sound like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Except you are though, aren't you? You totally sat there like, yes, the Dark One makes him sound so incredibly badass. I mean, listen to the Dark One's voice though. That in itself conveys utter terror.
Yeah.
That was the goal.
I mean, why does my voice always sound sarcastic?
He's like, I can't take off the sarcasm filter. I can't do it. It's fused on.
I knew I shouldn't have refused that update.
Marvel would do a better bad guy than Game of Thrones. 8 seasons of building up to this. 8 seasons of being mysterious as fuck. 8 seasons of facing off and shaping up to Jon Snow. And what do? They have brand new ravens to fly in Arya with a Dark Souls takedown. At least that's what makes sense to me, because I've looked at that scene many times and I didn't see any trampoline in the Godswood. And the last time I checked, Arya was an assassin, not a fucking kangaroo. Now, I'm not a book reader, so I don't have any grandiose ideas of how it should have played out. But I know that the way it did was just insulting. The most anticlimactic ending I've ever had, and I've prematurely ejaculated before.
You should see my little sister.
If shows like Breaking Bad and Sopranos have taught us anything, it's that seeing everything from the bad guy's point of view is not only fun, but it can be very eye-opening. When you follow them as characters, you get to see what makes them tick.
People who write bad guys and make you see things from their perspectives are just arseholes.
Yeah, I've never understood the point of it. It's like, I don't give a fuck about your villains' motivations. I don't want to know who they are. They're a cardboard cutout of evil. That's good enough for me.
Just how obnoxious do you have to be like, I'm going to write a story from the protagonist, from the viewpoint of the antagonist. That will be perfectly good.
Yeah, those people. It's like they want to force feed us shit. It's like let me just shit in this book and slam the fucking cover shut and then hand it to you and be like, read this. That's what those authors are doing to us.
And they'll give him some crap name that he has to say out loud like a million times. Like, yes, we know that his name is, I don't know, like Valdus Doyle or something stupid like that. How many times do you need to have that full name in the manuscript? We know his name is Valdus Doyle. Just call him Valdus. Jesus. I love how I'm getting mad at an author doesn't even exist right now.
It really is crazy how like we haven't had one of those since. When was the last time we had one of those?
May.
He's like, don't remind me.
Harder to hate them, especially if they do the bad things for good reasons. In Game of Thrones, nobody's story did that better than Jaime. Now, on the face of it, you instantly hate him. He's a knight who styles himself after Prince Charming from Shrek, enjoys killing his own king, pushing children out of windows, and giving his sister what my Polish friends refer to as a pumpin'. But as the story progresses, you start to empathise with him. He cuts his hair, you find out he only killed his king to save a city full of people from being burnt to death, he tried to kill the child to protect his family, and he eventually stops lancing Cersei's furry boar. Throughout the show, over 7.5 seasons, he was a very compelling character, and getting to see him to grow from one of the most hated characters to one of the best is not something you typically see done at all in other shows. But I think in the last season, there was a little bit of miscommunication among the writers when it came to showing the audience what makes him tick, because they didn't do that. They just made him tick. That's tick with a TH, not that one. Or that one. Although he'd want to be wielding a thick old broadsword to Mount Brienne. Don't know why. I just imagine she has a gowl like a hippo's yawn. Oh, don't feel bad. I'm sure she got her lion's share. But anyway, yeah, Jaime just went full retard in the second half of the last season when he went back to Cersei to die. Now, I can go on a long tangent as to why, but you all know, you've all seen it, and we've all collectively sided with enough power to fuck up the Earth's axis. He went from one of the most compelling, deep characters to a character that was about as deep as a Chinese fleshlight. A shit unfitting...
East Asian dick joke. Classic.
And into two characters whose stories deserve a very different and more impactful end than what a wheelbarrow full of bricks can do.
And do the twist.
Ask anyone when they first start watching Game of Thrones who their favourite character is, and with the exception of Daenerys and Natalie Dormer's chest, almost everyone will say Tyrion. My favourite though, I've always been serenaded by the golden tongue of the hound. What a hunk. But I definitely like Tyrion. Everyone. He was relatable, charming, funny, witty, and an incredibly smart underdog. And despite his handicap, he still had his package in more flaps than your local postman. He was very much the main character for a lot of people in the majority of the series. But from the moment he got out of that crate in Essos at season 5, all the way up to the end of the show, there was a very jarring change in his character that really started to put a lot of people off. He was starting to get dumber and less likeable with each episode. His witty remarks and quotable lines got replaced by awkward silences and the occasional unfunny eunuch joke. And worst of all, his plans were failing, which is all fine if it was ever explained as to why, but it's not. Time after time, the plans of the smartest man in Westeros failed, and he went from someone who you could easily see running the world smoothly to somebody who was on the verge of being sacked from McDonald's. Now, the obvious explanation is that they didn't know how to write smart characters without a whole Georgie boy to draw on, so that's where the difference is. But that still doesn't make any sense, because they control the script, so they could easily just make Tyrion appear still somewhat clever by having his strategies work. But they choose to write it so Tyrion makes bad decisions and his plans fail until eventually he's been outsmarted by Jaime and Sansa, the super smart disciple of Littlefinger, even though we don't actually see her do anything super smart in the entire series, unless of course you count walking down the stairs dressed in all black to some ominous music like a cliffhanger in a soap opera, calling him dumb. I don't know why they went down this route with him. They just ruined an otherwise great character. And for what? What was the big payoff? There was none. My theory is, in order to get people to focus on the bore fest that was Jon and Daenerys, they had to try bore you away from good characters. Like you would deny yourself porn if you just wanted to take the boredom out of the fucking missionary position. Really? Bran, the new king. Bran, the most boring of all the flakes. I don't know where to begin with this one. I feel like it's stupid overload at this point. I just want to cry. You know what it feels like? It feels like a partner who keeps cheating on me, but rather than doing the right thing and walking away, I'm standing here stupidly demanding an explanation. Why does Bran get the throne? Because he has a good story? Not in the fucking series I was watching. In the series I was watching, Bran fell out of a window, pissed up north, disappeared for a season, came back a wizard, and then surprised everybody by doing a boatload of fuck all since. Okay, well, at least he's a good, compassionate man who'll do right by his people. Oh, Bran, the useless, sitter of chairs and champion of Undertaker eyes. My whole family was murdered and diddled by the Dothraki that are roaming around Westeros that the plot conveniently forgot about. I implore you, help me seek justice for my loss. History is already written. The ink is dry. I know, Your Grace. I cannot bring them back, especially since the last Red Priestess and proper attractive woman in Westeros died for some jewellery-related reason. But I'm looking for justice here. They were meant to die. I've seen it in my visions. Yeah.
It's like, nah, she was, you call her the last attractive woman. Oh my God. Did you see her?
Yes.
Without
Yes. She was like 200 years old. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
What I don't understand is that first scene where they revealed her. What reason did she have to take the necklace off? That's never explained.
To gross everyone out.
When I hear 200 years old, and I hear 200 years old, and I hear experienced.
Oh God.
Yeah, because my my nephew, Trevor, we were sitting there, we were watching it, and he made this noise. And I was like, what? What was that? And he goes, that was my balls crawling back up into my body.
So ageist. Look, man, 200-year-old women, they need to. Okay? And there are those of us who are perfectly willing to meet them. Call me 200-year-old ladies. 0569 555 3455.
So Mason is also a necrophiliac.
Oh.
No. No, they're still alive. They're just 200 years old.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Revenge on the men
Oh, yeah,
who
dragons. No, yeah, that's perfectly realistic. 200-year-old woman, not realistic.
Justice, your wife looked lovely that night. The fuck?
We're gonna twist it till we tear the house down.
Talk about
I
a
hope
twist.
I never hear the song again.
What was that?
I hope I never hear that song again after this video.
That woman. I tell you who, nobody, because it didn't make any fucking sense. Game of Thrones was a master of surprising and shocking you. The beheading of Ned Stark, the Red Wedding, Oberyn and the Mountain, all examples of the show at its best when it comes to twists. And these twists hit you because they made sense. They were true to the characters they established, and there was no leap of logic required for those scenes. Ned Stark lost his head because of his honour and made a plea deal with somebody less than reliable. There's no hole in that. So you're completely immersed in the story and it hits you. The Red Wedding happened because Robb chose love over duty and slighted a bad fucker in the process. Again, this makes sense. The bad fucker wouldn't be too pleased by this and looks for revenge. Shocking? Yes, but not because there was consequences for what Robb did. But we didn't expect the consequences to be that severe. But in the context of the story, it's all savvy. And Oberyn got his head caved in because he was too preoccupied exposing Tywin to get a confession from the Mountain and dropped his guard on the strongest man in Westeros. Again, Oberyn's whole goal was to out Tywin for the murder of his sister. He makes it very clear from the moment we first see him. He wasn't there to kill the Mountain, at least not before Tywin was exposed, but in doing so he gets a bit too cocky and dies because he underestimates the Mountain. So 3 big moments in Game of Thrones all make sense, all hold up to scrutiny, and no character did anything uncharacteristic. Nothing happened outside the realm of reason. That cannot be said for the Mad Queen Daenerys twist. That was the biggest shock of them all, because it didn't make any sense. You have Queen Daenerys, a woman whose titles include Protector of the Realm and Breaker of Chains, and whose people refer to her as Mother, and who has spent 8 seasons being compassionate, freeing slaves, offering dying men water, talking about how she wants to free the innocent from tyranny, and even nailing slave masters to posts because they nailed children to posts. Doing all this not because her advisors or anyone else told her, doing it because she's seen that and everything else she fought to overthrow as wrong. She was established as a morally strong, compassionate person who would do anything to stop the powerful preying on the weak. She did it to stop women and children suffering, and she did it because she felt like she was the only one who could bring about a better world. So with all that being said, how is it in any way justified to the story of Game of Thrones to end it by having her suddenly decide to go on an innocent men, women and children murder rampage?
I was just getting into a fucking Facebook argument about exactly this the other day.
Mhm.
It's like, you fucking people have no idea. They were trying to say it wasn't bad because of her change of heart. It was bad because the writing was rushed. And I'm like, no, you fucking idiot. It makes no sense for her character to have that happen without it. Like, literally, it would have taken someone that was more like if her living child was torn apart by the people of Westeros in front of her, it would take a trauma that severe to justify her fucking 180.
Mhm.
And that never happened.
No.
Nothing even close to it happened. Daenerys fucking 180 made no sense. It came out of nowhere, and it was one of the dumbest things I've seen a fucking character do in any story ever.
Yeah.
And then George R.R. Martin has the nerve to say, I don't get why people didn't like the ending.
It's like,
I wish I cared about anything as much as you care about 90% of things. I'm like listening to the passion in your voice, and I'm like, I don't think I'm passionate about anything except food.
It's just as much of a burden as it is a blessing, let me tell you.
I can imagine.
The city had surrendered. All that was left to do was to get Cersei, and she says to herself, what would Daenerys Targaryen, breaker of chains, freer of slaves, and protector of the realm do next? I know, kill all the people of King's Landing. I'm sorry, that just unplugged me faster than a virgin with a diesel-powered dildo. It completely shits all over her character. And worse, it insults the intelligence of every single person watching the show. The fact that they thought they could pull something like that and just expect fans to swallow it was the biggest insult I think anybody in TV could possibly do to its fans. You don't write a show as intelligent as Game of Thrones and ended on such a stupid fucking premise and expect the fans not to know when it's been completely fucking stupid. And what bothers me most is when people try to defend it, saying things like there was hints of madness in previous episodes. No, there really wasn't. There were a couple of scenes of her not showing mercy to bad people, but to say that's evidence of her going mad is reaching at best and retarded in reality.
Come on, little miss.
I love Dougie. He's reaching a best, and it's just actually retarded.
Yeah. I also love it.
Now to my final point, and just like Season 8, this point will oversimplify and render everything that came before this pointless. Oh, shots fired. It's the writing. Everything and more I mentioned in this video is a result of bad writing. The show took a gradual but noticeable dip in writing quality right around the Season 5 mark, and it's not a coincidence that it was around this time they ran out of book material to use for the show. Don't get me wrong, Dan and Dave, the writers and showrunners, are fantastic writers when writing something that's already been written by a better writer. But when they have to write something off their own back, well, that's when you get X-Men Origins Wolverine, Troy, and the worst seasons of Game of Thrones. Now you can enjoy the last few seasons of Game of Thrones, and if you did, great, I'm happy for you. But even casual viewers who know nothing of the books and spend no hours looking at the history of Westeros, the weirdos, have seen a massive drop in writing quality. It's not just the nerds, geeks, and obsessed freaks that shit in the show in the last few seasons. It's your common Joe Soap that's raising his eyebrows too. Dan and Dave were given a bigger budget and double the time to make Season 8, and even so, it felt like the most rushed and lazy season of television ever made. Their heart obviously wasn't in it anymore, and they just slapped it together with as little effort as possible, and just assumed the fans would lap up whatever they squirted out their back end. And that's what bothers me most. Sure, it's definitely disappointing to see a show you loved for years end on such a sour note, but I think the real reason everybody got so pissed, and rightly so, is because the creators of one of the most intelligent shows on television insulted the intelligence of their audience by delivering some Twilight-level writing. There is so many flaws in the later seasons, not because they thought people would forgive inconsistencies for the sake of the bigger picture, but because they thought their own fans are so fucking stupid that they wouldn't even notice. In the beginning, Game of Thrones was so clever, interwoven, and unpredictable in all the right ways that it made you feel smarter for watching it and understanding it. And that's why I think the later seasons, especially Season 8, is such a middle finger to the fans. Because if you want to enjoy those seasons, you have to forgive so many plot holes, make so many leaps in logic, accept so much plot convenience, that to enjoy it, you have to make yourself feel dumb. If you want to love the last season, you have to pretend Westeros is approximately 20 miles squared, pretend the air slowly makes characters dumber over time, and forgive plot armor that seems to be as thick as George R. R. Martin's midriff. But has the later seasons ruined the show for me as a whole? Kind of. Look, the first seasons of the show are still fantastic television, and they're a great way to spend a few evenings, but it's like accidentally shitting in the bed. Sure, you can flip the mattress and sleep on the good side, but the stain is still there, and my fuck does it stink.
Man. Yeah. They're like, no, we're just going to come out here and milk this clock in the writer's room without actually putting it
milk
in
this
it.
what?
Milk this clock.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, you hear everything the wrong way, you dirty, filthy person, you.
Yeah. And what I'll bet you, it wasn't even the two of them exclusively. They were like, "Oh, hey, we have 6 interns that we can throw this on, so we can just play hooky." Yeah. They're like, "Okay, guys, here's a chance to give you your big chance. If you do really good, we'll move you up to the big writers' table." They're like, "No, really though, we're just gonna. This is how you do it. You just give it to the lackeys. They take care of all your homework for you."
Well, I was just I was just looking at an article released by the Daily Mirror, which is a newspaper in the UK, about the fact that it's currently about to be spider mating season, which, in their words, is the scariest time of year for arachnophobes, as they look about to invade British homes as they mate. Which, okay, fair enough. Here's how to repel them. Tip number 1. Clean your room. Spiders like clutter, and a quick spring clean at the end of summer can help keep the spiders away. Okay, valuable tip number 1. Clean your room. Okay. Tip number 2. Herbs. Spiders don't like certain herbs, so get basil, all right? And cinnamon. Okay. They also don't like onions or lavender. Okay, right, fine. So now I've got all of those, and my house smells like basil, cinnamon, onions, and lavender. But at least it's clean. And then my phone died, so I don't know the rest of the article. But
oh
no! I know, yeah, it was ultra important information that,
like, that you're gonna
clean
need.
your room. Slow news day there, Daily Mirror. Slow news day.
Wow. Okay, guys.
We could report on the current state of the world. We have all sorts of stories we could be telling, but let's tell you how to avoid spiders by cleaning your room and putting onions, lavender, cinnamon, and basil in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Just make you a big batch of incense. Yeah.
I do sort of hate spiders, though. Like, I don't mind them as much these days. We sort of struck a truce because they get rid of moths, and I hate moths more than pretty much more than anything. But I don't see them coming, which is scary. Because, like, a few years back now, I was like just sitting there, just randomly scrolling through my phone, probably looking at random articles by the Daily Mirror on how to get rid of wood lice or something. And Lee's like, Mason, get up. I'm like, why? As I get up, obviously, because if she says it to me in that tone of voice, I'm like, okay, better listen. Apparently, there was a spider lowering itself down from the roof on its web, like right above my head, just on its way down to my head. I'm like, you fucking bastard. We struck a truce. Now you're trying to sneak up on me.
It's like, how dare you?
Getting stabbed in the back by spiders.
Yep. Man. Yeah. I woke up to one crawling.
Oh my God, Caitlin. I have to show the stream this.
Okay.
Oh my God. Hang on, bro. Oh my God, Caitlin. Look.
What?
Chad took a screenshot of me.
Oh my God.
On one of the streams where my shirt was off.
Oh my God.
And he's making it into a body pillow and a fucking custom blanket.
Holy shit.
Do you just not like sleeping, Chad? Also, Chad, you're awesome. Yeah, why the fuck would you do that?
Oh my God.
Chad isn't here, Mason. I don't know why you did the thing.
I just thought with you. Well, how was I supposed to know? You're like talking about something that he's doing. I just figured he was here and he showed you. Oh, Mason, fuck you for not being able to look in the live chat and see that nobody's there.
I didn't even say that, though. You just made a bold-ass assumption that he was here.
Oh my God.
That is fucking hilarious.
That is amazing.
He really fucking... he really put my nipples on a fucking body pillow.
I think it's funny. I was thinking about my channel the other day, and I was thinking about the fact that other blind people must hate me because they make videos, right, where they answer like legit questions about blind people, and then I release a video where I'm like, I'm going to answer 2 incredibly important questions. Do blind people get dizzy, and how do they eat? I could answer some serious questions about blindness and actually inform people, or I could take the piss out of the people that are asking, do we get dizzy and how do we eat?
Yes. Which is more fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, you see, I've always been fond of putting the food in my mouth, chewing it until it was, swallowable, and then swallowing it.
I just tend to smash the food repeatedly into my face until I find my mouth hole.
Oh my god.
Your vibrator going off, Caitlin?
No, it's my phone.
Yeah, so your vibrator.
Yeah.
I love how she said that as if you were legit asking. Like she was like, "No, you idiot! It's my phone." In that book that I just finished, the Before I Forget one, and she's like, she finds out that she used to be an author, and she goes onto like her husband's computer because she wants to find like evidence of things. I don't really care. Let's not get into that. But she's like, "Is it really true? Could I have been an author?" And she sits there, she closes her eyes and types, "The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog," and she's like, "Oh my god, it's true. I can touch type." And I was just sat there like, what? Right, okay.
It's like, no, that's not what that means. Like, that could literally be that, you'd been someone's administrative assistant previously.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. God, it's been a while since I had to type that.
It's like, oh, wow. You can type a sentence that literally has every letter of the alphabet in it.
I used to be really good at touch typing. I don't think I'd be that good these days, but there was a time in my teenage years where I could do, I think, 80 words a minute with 98% accuracy.
Oh, wow.
Good. That's pretty good.
I mean, that's because I was basically taught from, like, as soon as I could, though, because my handwriting. My handwriting, oh my god. I mean, not only am I left-handed, so it's bad anyway, but I can't see my own writing enough to make it neat. So they were just like, okay, we'll teach you to touch type instead.
Yeah, my handwriting's finally getting back to being legible.
Bro, I have to say, thank you for what you just said. The thing about being left-handed and your handwriting looking like shit. I tried to say, like Wes, he was left-handed too, and his handwriting was way better than mine. And he would always give me shit for it. And I'm like, dude, being left-handed makes it harder to write English. And he was like, dude, what are you talking about? My handwriting's great. And it's like, no, dude, fuck you. Just because you're good at handwriting, just because your motor skills are better than mine, doesn't fucking mean that this written language was designed for people who write left-handed, you fucking cocksucker.
Because the side of your hand smudges the writing as you're doing it.
No, it's not only that. The way the letters are supposed to be formed was designed for a right-handed person.
Yeah. Fucking lefties were always discriminated against.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Working on being ambidextrous.
I don't know if I have anything else for us to watch.
Yeah.
Any suggestions?
Not really. I mean, you could go on my newest video and click through to the sketch if you wanted. It's time stamped, so you don't have to go through the whole video. Hello, everyone. Mason here. How are you doing? Welcome to a new beginning. From now on, if I'm talking to you about books, TV, writing, blindness, or life, it's a vicious battle of good versus bad. The cons come out victorious with 5 points to 3. So, yay or nay? The heartthrob. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I won't be making that mistake again.
What mistake?
It's just the beginning of a sketch. He was on a phone call.
Oh, I literally thought your video was you talking to me in this call.
No.
Okay, mistake. I'm so stupid.
Doing a full-on northern accent as well.
The
heartthrob. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I won't be making that mistake again. Oh, listen, I gotta go. Somebody at the door. Right, yeah. See ya. Come in. Ah, James. Hello. Take a seat, son. How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. It was just a long flight, you know. Okay, good. I don't really care. Listen, son, let's get down to business. Jenny says you want to pitch a new album. Yeah, it's... After my parents died, I just wanted to take a different direction, you know? It's a concept album called Serious Business. It's an exploration of how fleeting our mortality is and how we should appreciate the things that we love. James, are you serious, mate? Christ, I got ash all over myself now. Where was that? Oh yeah, no, James, that's not a good idea, mate. You're Romeo Heartthrob. You've got an image to maintain. Serious business. Nobody's going to buy that, mate. What's this artsy exploration of our mortality? We're trying to sell records, James. I'm just tired of pumping out the same old stuff. I just want to take a new direction. I want to be taken more seriously. I want to make something that matters. Yeah, and I want Emily Picknellerton to go on a date with me, but that's not going to happen either. Listen very closely, James. You signed a contract, which means you belong to me, and if you don't do as you're told, I'll break your goddamn legs. Breaking you.
I'll break your goddamn legs.
Development. CEO of Hit Factory Records, Dave Greedy, was pronounced dead today after falling from the window of his luxury office at the Hit Factory Records headquarters. A witness had this to say. I was just sitting there, right, eating my ice cream. The next thing I know, I hear this smashing noise and this man just falls out of the sky in front of me. Couldn't believe my eyes. Pulled me off my ice cream right away. Mr. Greedy fell 100 floors and died on impact. His death was ruled an accident. In unrelated news, pop music sensation Romeo Heartthrob announced his new album, Serious Business, in a social media post. Heartthrob stated, obstacles, but you should smash your way right through them. One is 100% totally sponsored by Omnivore. It's simple and you're lazy. Why splurge on a romantic night out when you could order subpar food that arrives soggy and cold? Omnivore. We're subpar, and so are you. Again, let's go and... Yeah, doing fake sponsorships on my own video.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the good stuff.
I love it.
I just couldn't see the point in making that sketch its own video, so I thought I'd put it in with the podcast, and that way, you know, I've got like a book review, got the sketch, got the silly blindness shit, and it's all just one good little package.
Yeah.
Just like Zach's.
You bastard.
You bastard!
You fucking asshole. I hope that you get kicked in the balls until you die.
Yeah, you said that with a lot of conviction.
He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take it so serious.
Right, if we've got nothing left to watch, then we should probably just call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yep.
I'm fine with that.
We got work to do. Well, at least I got work to do.
Alrighty.
tune in on Saturday to see what happens, possibly to Adventure Bob next. Probably not.
Welcome to the adventure, everyone.
Welcome to the adventure.